Hello! I'm Simon Pegg and I play Nicholas Angel.
I'm Nick Frost and I play Danny Butterman.
I'm Rafe, Spall, I play DC Andy Cartwright.
I'm Kevin Eldon, I play Tony Fisher.
I'm Olivia Colman and I play Doris Thatcher.
And I'm play...
Sorry.
There they are.
There's some chalking.
Chalky.
We're eating toast.
It's working tonight.
We are eating toast.
We're
It's
that
lovely.
comfortable.
With
Not
marmalade.
all of us are eating toast.
True.
I like this bit.
This was right at the end of the day during a period called Magic Hour, and I remember I technically contravened subsection B, paragraph 4 of the Criminal Code, because there was a man hanging around at the back, and he didn't know I was an actor, so I went, "Oi, fuck off!" I've already sworn. I didn't say "f off." I made a head gesture like,
Pretending
"Get out
to be
of
a
it."
policeman.
Yeah, so he'd go quickly because the light was fading.
That's very, very brave of you.
Now I'm going to go. I didn't really do that, by the way.
Born and schooled in London.
That's my feet. That's my body.
Canterbury University in 1993 with
That's
Is that
my
your
neck.
shoulder? Is that your shoulder?
Yeah, it's all me.
It's all you.
That number is actually the number of an officer in the street station called Mark Prink,
field exercises.
who, and when we were doing our research, I said, do you mind, well, we said, do you mind if I have that number? Because it's the number of heaven.
That's right.
What was it?
777.
What's the number of heaven?
777.
Is it?
That's like that's next up from the number of the beast.
Well, of course, the
If you need to
Yeah, we knew
ring the
that.
Lord.
number 7 has many mystical connotations in various different...
Shut up, Buddha.
Courses in advanced.
Oh,
Did you
that
do
looks
that?
like
Did you
fun.
do that?
I did that.
Was that
That's
you?
good.
Yeah, that was me.
What about that? Was that you?
That had a bad back break. It was tough to do that. I didn't do that. I did that. I did that. Look at that.
Record for the
There's Ronaldo.
Paul?
Was that Ronaldo? Was it?
Ronaldo?
That was Paul
We
Herbert, the
can't
stunt
rewind,
coordinator.
SO19.
We can't rewind.
No.
Can you rewind?
Garth Jennings.
I'm going to miss bits.
AK-47, new Kalashnikov.
Has received
Lovely.
That
Was
was
that a
like-
new one? Was that a brand new one?
achieved the highest arrest record for any officer.
This was like a disused building in near City Airport. It was amazing. And who's this guy?
A man dressed as Father Christmas.
P. Jackson.
Ow.
There he is.
Who's P. Jackson?
Peter Jackson, the director of Lord of the Rings.
Oh my God!
Was it?
Didn't know
Santa
that.
Claus stabbing your hand?
Yeah.
The Hobbit King. Guys,
He was really going. He was really going for it, and it had a little spike in it, and it really hurt. But I couldn't argue with him because he's P. Jackson. Martin Freeman. Let's have a little chat about him.
long hair for a copper.
Oh.
He wouldn't cut
absolutely,
it.
wouldn't he?
Nice. He was going through a bit of a
He's all
mod.
big now.
He wanted a mod haircut, and he was very difficult actually.
Is it him
Martin.
doing the voiceover at the beginning when you're walking?
Yeah, that's a lie, by the way. Martin's lovely.
I wondered who that was.
He's not. Look at his hair, though. It's lovely.
He does got good hair, Martin.
Yeah.
He's got luscious hair.
Fine head
Fine head of hair.
of hair.
He likes the Beatles, Martin. He likes the Beatles.
He loves
the
the Beatles.
popular singing group of the 1960s.
He pays for it though with massively deformed feet.
Yeah.
Not for the Beatles thing, for the hair.
true?
No, not really.
Really?
They just taper to a peg type point, don't they? His feet.
It's like a toeless hoof.
Tapered to the peg.
I like it when Martin says, "I'm Sam for Gloucestershire."
Well, he does it very quietly.
Yeah.
Oh, that's a good little phone, Chuck.
There he is. Here he is.
Oh, yeah.
There's Steve
Here's
Coogan.
trouble.
Oh, he's a ruffian.
Oh.
He was like an old lady on this day, I seem to remember. He was quite... At one point he sat down and went, "Hello, Keith." Where'd that come from?
I think he looked so funny in this bit.
Keith, to you.
Yeah, he called me Keith. Hello, Keith. I think it's on the outtakes.
I keep saying to Simon that I think in this, he looks like one of those crystal skulls that Arthur C. Clarke
It's the
would find.
weirdest thing you've ever
You know
done.
what I mean? Have a look when he smiles then, in a bit. He looks like
Whenever
one
he
of C.
comes on...
Clarke's skulls.
If we're at a screening, he comes on, Nick goes, "There's Crystal Skull."
Have you had Paddy doing the voice?
Of Steve Coogan.
Yeah.
It's
Perfect.
It's a shame Paddy's not here because he
Oh,
does
that'd
the
be great.
best impression.
It's flawless.
Paddy is editing a film that he's made, so he couldn't be with us this
Called
morning.
Dog
I'm in
Altogether.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, you
we
are.
should.
Yeah.
Ah,
That's Bill Nighy.
The elder statesman.
King of the actors.
He is king of the actors.
He's got a tiny little crown under
I
the
never got
top
to
of his
meet
head.
any of them.
Can I say the bit Bill does in a second when he says, "I can do anything, I'm the chief constable," and he
Little
twitches
twitch.
his
It's
nose.
great, isn't it?
Wonderful.
He's a master.
Do you think that's an involuntary twitch or a brilliant twitch?
He knows what
No,
he's
he
doing.
knows exactly what
Oh,
he's doing.
He's a
clever.
technician of
Wait for it, wait for it.
immense
Pretend somebody's blown off.
Let's have a look.
Is it?
fart acting.
Well, here it comes.
Yeah.
Here he goes, watch.
Yes, I can. I'm the chief inspector.
Bang!
Oh, it's
bang!
good, isn't it?
Masterclass.
Wowzers.
He's
Masterclass.
really. He's basically saying, "I've got a bigger one than you." There.
Yeah, but
He has.
little
I've seen it,
invisible
he does.
bits of fishing tackle, wasn't it, on either side of his mouth?
Yes,
They'll
that's
pull
right.
from above.
Yeah, it's a system of pulleys.
There we are.
Oh, that's look.
Oh, who plays your girlfriend?
Well, it's a secret.
Kate Bush, wasn't it?
That's Kate Bush.
It's Kate Bush. She's very pretty. Look.
She's lovely.
They're pretty
we
eyes.
can actually say it's Kate Blanchett.
How
Although
tall was she?
she was about 8 foot,
No, come on, seriously.
5'10", I think.
Wow.
That's tall.
Big woman.
She, we got into a bit of trouble actually because when we were doing
it
the
really?
original press for the film,
Bloody hell.
a couple of people guessed, and we kind of were quite proudly said, "Yeah, it is," and it actually was part of the thing that we weren't to
Didn't tell
mention.
anyone.
Yeah, because it's like so she couldn't be part of the publicity, which is fair
Who was
enough.
that bloke?
Oh, I see.
That's Robert Popper.
These are one of my favourite jokes,
Yay.
actually, all this stuff
Yeah.
in
Yeah.
here. They're very simple, they're very funny.
That's my mum's favourite part. She loved this.
Really?
Yeah.
You can see, I mean, when you know it's her, you can see from
Yeah,
her
absolutely.
rather beautiful
Exciting.
eyes.
Beautiful eyes.
Oh, she's dreamy.
Oh, look at her eyes.
A couple of times during that bit, I wanted to bite her shoulder.
How long did this take? Was it all day?
It was the morning, I think. And it's the biggest joke in the film that Kate Blanchett
they're
would ever go out
lovely
with
eyes.
me.
Shut up.
No.
No, it is. It's quite. I'd be quite sweaty under that, wouldn't you? I'd have thought.
Yeah, when she took it off, her beard was dripping.
She's got a beard.
That's why she wears this.
Now, Nick had quite a good point about this, didn't you? Why don't you say it?
Well, my point was that many CSI in a crime scene would fuck up all the evidence.
He said it would be detrimental to the investigation.
There'd only
you
be
need
one or two.
That's
Yeah.
it. That's all you have.
Yes, flash!
Bang! Look at that. That's where the rap.
That's
bullet
like
went.
collateral.
That is a great. That for me is a brilliant shot, as there are many in this film. But I was very
at that
pleased with that.
jumper.
I thought
What, the
Eddie
sky?
was-
You talking about the sky one there?
Yeah.
looking
Yeah.
down. So was that actually? That wasn't stock footage.
Is that
or
supposed to be
anything?
like
No,
Michael
God, no.
Mann?
I think Edgar. I don't know if Edgar was in the copter,
was
but
pigeon
he,
cam.
He was flying it, wasn't
he does it all. He's
This
an
is good.
all-rounder.
I love all this.
Get to it quick. That was the very first day, pre-shoots.
You see the
That was real.
he? Oh,
you see the signal going.
That was in a studio. That was real.
I like the music here.
Isn't it Edgar playing guitar?
Yeah.
Edgar
Wasn't he
plays
trained
guitar,
by
yeah.
John Williams?
yeah,
I think he did a residency with Zucchero at the Battersea Art Centre.
yeah.
It's called Senza Una Summer.
I like a montage. A montage. This is the hotel where we stayed, of course,
Yeah,
while we
it
were
is
filming.
actually
in-
beautiful.
Although this is actually where we shot this was somewhere out near London.
Yeah, the outside
really?
of it was the Swan
Yeah.
where we all stayed.
Oh,
There's Billy Whitelaw.
London.
Oh, Billy Whitelaw.
She's got luscious hair.
Oh
too.
my goodness.
yes.
Fantastic hair.
I took a photograph of her with my camera, obviously, as you do when you take photographs, and she's so photogenic. She's so beautiful.
Yeah. That's an homage to Beckett, isn't it, when you just see the top half of her body?
Yes. She was, of course, Beckett's muse. An amazing connection to theatrical history. Look at her.
I love it when she says this bit. Oh,
Fascism? Wonderful.
Fascism. Wonderful.
Oh, it was a lot of fun when she was on set, because I remember she did a quote from The Omen to me. Do you remember that time we were in
Yeah.
Wales? And she did that thing, "Have no fear, little one, I will protect thee." And me and Nick just kind of had a bit of a geek spasm. It was like, "Stop it!"
I got stigmata for a week.
That's nice.
More toast, anyone?
I love the way Edgar made
No,
the corridor
have a
of
coffee.
the hotel creak like a ship.
Oh, did it?
Yeah, it's sort of.
Look at that.
That's not representative of the inside of the real Swan.
No,
No,
No.
It
Real
was
Swan.
salubrious, the
Much
Swan.
The Swan is a fine
Did you
hotel
notice
in
on the
Wales.
tap they're that rubber thing? What are they for?
So you can direct the water when
Is
you're
that what
doing
it is?
washing up. Yeah.
Yeah.
Is that? Was
They're
that-
really handy.
I didn't even see that.
No, they are. They really are.
Of
That
course.
was a time when you didn't have a movable head on a tap.
Yeah.
The
I
tap was
see.
static and you moved the...
Yeah.
Brilliant.
Hoodies. That's all Sanford. No, what's
That's
it?
all
Wells.
Wells. That's Wells Town Centre.
Yeah, it's really nice.
Imagine living in a world of static
look.
taps.
God, it would be awful.
There's Nick Frost.
That's the
Peter
first,
White.
the first time you see me.
That's right.
Oh, well, look at you.
To the
old
tune of
pisshead.
And
XTC.
that nut thing was real. That was actually in the pub, wasn't it?
That's right. Full of nuts.
Nick, what is the pub?
Yeah, go on.
Where is it? In Hatfield? And
No, it was in Beaconsfield. It's
Oldest
the-
pub. That's
the
one of
Royal
your
Standard.
blogs, isn't it?
Yeah, oldest pub in Britain.
That's right.
Freehouse. Oldest
Oldest
Freehouse.
Freehouse.
Thank you, Rafe.
It's all right.
It was difficult to film in there because it was so small.
It was really small. And we were
Peter
there for
White.
a while.
We were there.
We were.
Remember when you stayed over one night?
We did. Nick and I stayed in our trailers because it was too far to go home, and we had a bottle of wine and watched Face Off.
Yeah.
That's true.
And then we nicked some walkie-talkies from the AD department and spoke to each other during the night.
We got pizzas that night, do you remember? Because we all went over.
Oh yeah,
yeah.
that
It was
happened every
really
time we went
cosy.
over.
Look at them.
Red Cloud.
I like these kids. I love them. I love that one there.
Oh, there he is. Tom was fantastic.
Thaddeus Red Cloud, I call him.
We should mention Julia Deacon and Peter White, of course,
Yeah.
as the porters, who are both fantastic.
Lovely.
Fantastic.
Great.
Peter, last seen having a fight with Brad Pitt in Babel.
Yes. I saw the
Wow.
clip of that the other day.
Yeah,
Who won?
Pitt.
Pitt did.
But I think Peter let him win.
Like this.
When's your birthday? 22nd of February.
He's great, Tom.
Every year.
Ooh.
He was very funny when he did his audition to get into his West Country
It's my
accent.
favourite.
He did. I've got a brand new combine harvester.
Did he?
like he needed to.
Oh, he's the one. He's the guy.
Yeah.
I remember hearing about him.
Is there a problem, officer?
Yes, there is.
That's Julia.
It would appear a number of your
A
patrons.
fantastic palette of faces there.
Maybe a month or two south of
They look quite zombie-ish.
Stops them getting into trouble.
Yeah.
Like Shawnee Zombie.
It's all for the great.
That's a good jumper selection there. I like that.
That's as may be.
Annie Harding's, our costumier, did the costumes as she did with Spaced and Shaun of the Dead.
Oh, I remember poor
She knows
Annie
her Freds.
told me off because we got overexcited about muddying up our costumes.
Oh yeah, you
Yes.
should.
You should tell the listening people about that.
Who told you off?
The listening
Annie.
people.
Really?
Yeah, it was very funny. Well, I was quite scared at the time.
But we had
She's a fierce woman.
She's
when
fierce,
she wants
yeah.
to
She's
be.
very tall.
We call her Gumbo Mama because she's
Firm but fair.
firm but fair.
But
I'd
it's,
like to
what happens
imagine-
with the riot suits? We had the riot suits, and we had to distress them a bit. We could get them a little bit muddy. And Olivia, you
I
went.
got
mad.
overexcited. It's like being
Did you
cut
roll
given
around
carte
in the
blanche.
mud?
I
Yeah,
found
you
a
did.
massive puddle, threw myself into it.
Yeah, and just
Said, Olivia! And
yeah, no, just rolled about it. You went
pulled me away
mental.
by my wrist.
Oh bless. That was the night that we. Was that the night we did the?
Stunt.
Did you do that?
Lovely role.
Wow.
That's a really good role. I still can't do a roly-poly.
Really?
No, I can't do one.
I find that hard to believe. You're
I
a
really-
young man. You're
I can't do
live.
it.
You're very long though. That's the problem.
Yeah.
Could have bruised your coccyx.
I could try now.
That's the church.
That's the church in
This
Wells.
guy.
He was peeing out of a Capri Sun.
Look at your little
Was he?
grin there. I
Yeah.
like that little grin.
That's Watford.
Yeah, the little, yeah. Seeing his willy.
Ginger Willy.
Yeah.
Or Jilly.
Well, I remember.
Jilly.
Was that the day when you got dirty that we were filming the exploded station?
I think it was.
Yeah.
Was it?
I think so.
Do you remember when we all
Yeah.
went back on the minibus
Oh,
after
that
we
dinner?
was
sang
the
songs.
most
And
fun.
we were
And there was Chas and
drinking
Dave
beers
Rabbit.
and
Yeah.
singing songs.
They eating cream eggs.
I was so hyper.
I wanted
Yeah.
us to be
Yeah, that was
driven
one of my
everywhere in a
happiest
group
moments.
en masse
I
with
know,
booze.
it was like
was
being in the
great.
Variety Sunshine Club
Yeah.
bus. Bill Bailey.
Hey.
One of two Bill Baileys.
I think he looks quite handsome like that with hair like that.
I love it. I love Bill in a wig. It's immediately funny.
Yeah.
Bill's one of those people that just sort of exudes comedy, and put a wig on him and it's just a recipe for joy. There's a bit of John Spencer in the background.
And a Tony Scott inspired paperwork scene.
That's very fun. Look, he's got a cone on his head.
That's what students do. Look at that.
Look how buff he is.
When
Pecs.
when my missus saw that scene, she said, "It looks like you got no legs." Still don't see it myself.
I like your buttoned-up shirt. Look at that.
You get to see
Yeah,
some lovely shots of Wells itself here.
Backed
Yeah.
up by the Kinks from the Village Green Preservation Society.
Reverend Shooter.
The one day of the year it never rains.
Greg and Sherry, who you see there with the Reverend Shooter, are named after Greg Nicotero and his wife Sherry, who are friends of ours in America.
Twins.
There's the twins, Kevin and Nick.
I'm a slasher and I'm a
Oh, hang
There
on.
he is.
Call off the dogs. It's the Daltonator.
He's a very tall man, isn't
Yeah,
he?
He's a big man.
He's very imposing.
he's great.
He smells good too.
Does he?
What's he smell like?
Just of men.
Well,
I mean, but of kind of like good cologne.
leather and wealth.
That's the name of his cologne.
Leather and wealth. Yeah,
By Lonthric.
I was imagining him cruising a casino looking for divorcees. Wearing leather and wealth.
That's how he snares them.
When they're not looking, he puts
Snares.
$100 chip in his pocket.
When Tim first read his lines in rehearsal, me and Edgar just fainted with happiness. He's so good.
Superb baddie.
Absolutely brilliant.
Oh,
He's
brilliant.
like, I remember we said it's like Shere Khan. That was anything we had to say to him.
Ooh,
and
yeah.
He never got it wrong. Bill, that's the other Sergeant Turner.
Turner?
Yeah, that was his name. You never hear it. The desk sergeant. Hang on a sec.
He's gone.
Where's
not there.
Where was this? The station was in
Who's
what?
gone?
No, is that the one where we filmed him when we were there as
Yeah,
well?
yeah. We also sit around doing crosswords and Collie would play games.
Yeah.
Chronology!
Oh, yeah.
Jim loved chronology too.
We did. And every magazine. We had every magazine, didn't we?
Yeah, we got a massive...
Every one.
So we could just sit and read, and Jim and Kev would do crosswords.
I love
what I love
that.
that
I
picture.
love that. Is that
Cryptics.
isn't that clever?
Yeah, they'd always do the cryptic. Clever boys.
Jim Broadbent.
I liked it when Jim
He's
hugged me.
lovely.
One of the
Stay
greats.
hugs, you know.
Another very tall man, actually.
Very
Jim's
tall.
Yeah.
He's, isn't he?
6'3". Yeah, he's really
6'7".
tall. 6'8", I think.
And
he is, 6'9".
delicious.
He,
About
he,
6'8",
he,
yeah.
he bloody looms.
6'10".
He does loom.
6'40". 6'45".
6'40".
Max.
6:45 max.
Max is even taller.
I just got a delivery of teas and coffees.
This is the coffee.
Oh,
thing.
Delicious.
And there's toast over there
And
still.
very much.
Still got toast. Do you want more? Do you want toast?
I'm fine.
That's the
That's
kind of
a lot of
laid-back
toast.
commentary we like to roll out
cold.
here.
Yeah.
Sorry.
I've got a little slip.
Collie's
Tea,
offering
tea and
toast
toast.
around. Kev's gone.
Kev's gone.
There's a great line from Jim coming up.
Is the bushy beard one?
Oh yeah.
There it is. Lovely. I also really laugh when he goes,
Rural policing it
I like the way he
Riot
says
room.
gatto.
that hedgehog was a bitch.
Gecko.
Oh, gatto. Nice.
Was it? It wasn't a dog one,
No, it was
The
it was
hedgehog?
awful. Very temperamental.
was it?
It's dead now.
It had its own hutch.
Heads.
Here they
big.
come.
Oh.
This was impossible, this scene. Every time we opened the door, you two.
No, that
Paddy and Rafe were
the
very
reverse.
naughty.
The reverse on you. You had to do with your eyes. No, we had to do with our eyes closed.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because we couldn't make eye contact because it was too much.
It was so funny. I love that outtake of you, Rafe, when your phone goes off and you look so angry at yourself.
No, I would have been angry. Oh yeah, Edgar told me about that.
It's brilliant.
One of
But
the,
it's easy
one of
to
the
do
greatest
sometimes
jokes there.
after lunch. Oh yeah, the swear box.
We've ignored a great joke.
Hey, I love all those things around his head.
Carl Johnson.
What a legend.
Hello,
What a
sir.
ledge. What a ledge.
my arm.
That's what he said on the first day of the rehearsal, and the costume lady was putting a coat on him. We knew we were going to be all right with Carl because he went, "You're breaking my arm!"
And the other thing he used to say is, I shan't marry now.
And we just
There he
saw
is.
Collie as well for the first time doing a Doris sauciness.
Flourishing.
Edward Woodward. Jeez, it's an embarrassment of riches.
And there's a Sean bat in the background.
Yeah, there is.
So what?
A Shaun of the Dead cricket
Sean
bat.
of the Dead cricket bat.
But that was art department. That was a nice little thing that they put in.
Equalise this.
Does anyone remember the Ewa Woowa?
Joke.
Yeah.
Did we ever
What
say that?
is it? Why?
Why does Edward
don't
Woodward have so many D's in his name? Because otherwise he'd be called Ewa
Ah,
Woowa.
that's much better than the one we remembered. It's good.
There's a couple of Edward
Come
Woodward jokes.
round.
There is,
Yeah.
yeah.
He's another
legend.
immaculately well turned out man and a thorough.
11
A
o'clock.
gent.
We had a little
it's
dinner the other night
lovely.
to celebrate the film, and Edward made a lovely speech, didn't he? And
it's
it
gorgeous.
was wonderful
Impromptu and very funny.
and very
Real
funny.
tearjerker and lovely.
And how lovely was Michelle Dautrice?
I know.
Is it? I did a job
Lovely.
with her once. She's the nicest woman in the
So
world.
nice.
And
God,
she
it's a love
smells
fest.
nice.
Headers.
That was a nice cut made by Edgar in the edit there. That scene was slightly longer, and we needed to bring it down. And that's just a lovely example of Edgar and Chris Dickens' ingenuity.
I like to think my office is in the street size.
That's
Oh, you've heard.
That's it. Yeah. That'll probably be in the deleted scenes.
Helmet.
How much cake did you guys eat?
We had a lot of cake.
Yeah, there was a lot of cake. You know, you can't pretend to eat.
I was
ice
trying
cream.
to only eat the
No.
cream. I was trying to only eat the fat, and maybe I wouldn't
I
get
had
fat.
That's clever.
I had a
That's good, isn't it?
2 gatto week.
You
I've got
had
a
to.
diabetes clause in my contract that if I contract type B diabetes in the next year,
You get some
This was
money.
working title
impossible.
pay.
Remember we did this? This was near the end of the day as well.
Oh, this
Yeah.
was a complete mess up.
Yeah, it was really bad.
Edgar, it's the first
Edgar
time I've
got-
ever heard Edgar just say, "All right, forget it,"
Yeah, let's
and
just
rap.
stop. Let's just stop.
That's a wrap, everyone.
Yeah.
But Paddy,
I can't remember. Why did it go so badly?
Because it was the end
Just
of the day. I
laughing.
think we were really
Even,
did you?
I seem to remember even you laugh, Kevin, and you're the king of not calling.
There he is,
I
look.
might. I didn't. No, I didn't. Well, I might have done. Paddy,
was a-
Paddy was in a mischievous mood.
Oh man, was he ever?
He's so badly behaved, isn't he?
I love that.
He's hilarious.
Rafe, your delivery on the Anne Raspberries is just fantastic there.
Got a mustache.
What a moustache as well. Paddy,
Yeah, real thing. It's real.
yeah.
so wide.
It's like a giant moth.
Yeah.
well, because his one is all manly. I had to colour mine in with eyeliner every morning because it was puby.
It's so bad. It looks great.
I love it that you both had to walk around for months with nasty
with
tashes.
tashes.
Whereas those sideys of mine are false.
They are false, but they do everything. They do a lot of work to make
do
you
a
look
lot of
slightly
work, don't
70s.
Yeah.
There was a take that you did when you grumbled into your pint that you really used to make me laugh.
Right.
The offender had the Kalashnikov.
Whoa. Now this was it. It was your little budging up to me.
Yeah. Which felt funnier than it actually looks in this. I think it's because we were laughing.
It's because I
thought it
could
was hilarious.
sense you coming out of the, and it was also another. It was another
mum's.
day when we were pushing the time and we were all a bit hysterical.
Being stabbed.
But Paddy would be all right until it was on his close-up, and then he couldn't do it.
I know.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
And then he'd laugh.
Yeah.
You'd get really cross
He'd
with
laugh
yourself.
and
But he'd be really
apologise.
naughty on someone else's single as well.
Yeah. But I remember pinching my own leg underneath the table so I would cause myself pain so I wouldn't laugh.
Do you remember that time when in the scene in the in Edward's office when you two were just you'd lost it. It was
Yeah,
gone
it'd gone.
because Edward kept saying these little merchants because it was quite a complicated speech.
It was.
Bad Boys 2?
Look at my arse.
Bad Boys 2.
What, now? Oh,
No, now I've got it out. Yep. This scene actually turned into the Apple thing, which isn't.
Yeah, wasn't there supposed to be Apple?
Yeah, it's in the
yeah.
deleted scenes now because it just we were trying to move it on a little bit.
Headmistress of Sanford.
What a waste of apples.
Look at this room full of.
oh yeah, the apples.
Oh, there he is. Look at Jim in the background there. Just you can, if you know what's going to happen, you can really see the evil surroundings of Sanford.
Look at the lovely Anne
Oh
Reid.
God, Anne Reid's lovely.
James Bond's ex-wife.
Ken Cranham,
Ken Cranham, what a funny man.
Ken's funny, isn't he?
one of the
Paul
greats.
Freeman.
Paul Freeman, Belloc was the thing I really remember him from. Just
Ken's
amazing.
lovely, isn't he?
Yeah, really lovely. He's one of my dad's best friends.
Is he? He's a fantastic guy. He showed me a great picture of him in Hellraiser 2 the other day.
His nickname's actually Cranium. Because he knows everything.
He's such a good laugh. He's sort of positive take on everything, and
He does, doesn't he?
he's bon
Yeah.
vivant too. Loves a lovely meal, a lovely wine.
Yeah, he does, yeah.
As Stuart Wilson.
Yeah.
President Sawbones, I love that.
I love the fact Stuart wears a beard very well.
Doesn't he?
Very thick.
Does he not always take a beard?
No, he's not got a beard at the
I
moment.
didn't recognise him at the premiere with no beard.
Didn't you?
No.
Have you ever seen the film
Dashing
No
with and
Escape
without.
with Ray Liotta, a futuristic prison?
Is he in that?
Ooh.
Yeah, he plays the bad guy in that. He's absolutely fantastic
Is he?
in it. It's like such a grand turn.
Bearded or not bearded?
Bearded, but with dreadlocks and things through his nose and like Mad Max gear on.
What year is that?
90. Edgar would just now be saying the date in the other room.
He is through the
95.
window.
Look at him.
98.
96.
He'll be IMDb.
I like it when Stuart
there's
plays a
great.
murderous Rasta.
That's Graham Lowe, the living statue, who was one of Edgar's first leading men in his early films. Thoroughly nice guy. Now relegated to playing a statue because we've come along.
Edgar's now writing the date and he's showing it here. No Escape was, put it to the glass, 1941.
1990.
1994.
Thank you, Edgar. Thank you.
The year I started secondary school.
It's it, yeah. It was the year I became cynical for the third time.
Oh. You're on your 7th now, aren't you?
Yes, I.
Ah, look
There he
at
is.
that.
Adam
Yeah,
Buxton.
Adam Buxton.
Hi.
Hi, hi. We've written stick about.
He came up with that. That was his thing. Hi, hi.
There's
Love it.
Gabe.
Yeah, there's little Joseph, who
That's it.
He was a good kid.
On the right
Lovely,
there.
really sweet.
Really
Really
nice.
nice.
He's a bit of a singing sensation.
He is.
actually.
He's huge in Japan.
They're all amazing.
No, he's had like #1 records in
Yeah,
Japan.
but physically he's huge. He's taller than
He's really
some of the
much
buildings
bigger
in Tokyo. It's worth saying, actually, check out the deleted scenes. There was a whole little thread in which Gabriel, who Joseph played, was actually Tom Weaver's son, Edward Woodward's, nephew or grandson.
I'd forgotten that.
And so the leader of the Hoodies was actually, the grandson of the man who wanted to destroy them. But we had to sort of skim that off. But check it out, because there's some nice little bits in it.
More in an angle.
More in an angle.
Now, I was just out of shot laying down by your desk doing Stephen's lines here, weren't I?
Oh, yeah, you were, yeah.
There he is. Stephen.
Hey.
There's another tall
Are
man.
you
Another
standing
tall
on a
man.
box there?
If you got him, Rory, McCann, who plays Lurch, Tim
Yes.
and Jim together, they could have a tall club.
If they stood on each other's shoulders, they could easily get a frisbee out of a pylon.
I love
We all
this.
know you shouldn't do that.
Yeah.
Oh,
There's Elvis.
Just a little wave of the hand.
Just after we did that scene, 40 swans arrived.
I think
Wow.
the circular movement of the hand before the calling of the second swan is a masterstroke.
It is.
Great.
It's the connoisseur.
Yeah.
That was Patricia Franklin, who plays Annette Roper, who was in Shaun of the Dead. She played the spinster zombie. That's you sucking an ice cream.
That's right.
Quite seductively, I think.
That's
They
very
keep
right.
giving you little halfer ones.
Yeah, they did.
The prop guys.
It's the end of it.
At 40 halfer ones.
Why has he got that big coat on?
Tim Barlow.
He's a lovely
Lovely
man.
bloke.
Oh, lovely.
Ex-army man.
Another
He
very
is, and
tall man.
he lost, partially lost his hearing due to a famous, what was it, a battle, a well-known
Yeah.
battle that he was in.
That's my best friend Ben.
Hey,
Ben McKay.
Ben McKay.
Did he love that tracksuit?
He was
loved it.
He
He
was a
wears it
lovely
now.
guy.
He is a good
Still got it.
He is a good guy.
Ben does music, doesn't he?
He's one of the
Ben's
good
a
guys.
rapper.
Rory?
Yeah, you can check him out on MySpace, Ben McKay.
Rory,
Yeah.
who
He
is
didn't do
very
Kid Old,
beautiful
did
in
he?
the flesh.
Kid Out Hood.
The
He was in
music
Kid
for
Out
Kid
Hood.
Old.
He did a song in Kid Out Hood.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I've got his album at home.
Have you?
It's good, yeah. Check it out.
I've got your album at home, Nick.
Yes.
I've got all his albums.
I've got all of your albums.
I've got all of our albums.
Shaun of the Dead's in there, look.
Oh,
But it's actually
self-referential.
It's actually the Spanish version, which is called Zombies Party. I know it is a bit, isn't it?
That is good, though, isn't it?
You know,
I keep wishing we could
Ben again in the
rewind
background.
and see all these
All right,
things.
Ben.
all right, Benny boy.
Twins.
Twins.
Hey.
Yeah.
Oh, I hit it.
Crunch.
Me and Egg had a little discussion this day because when I chased Peter, he didn't want me to wear my hat, and I did want to wear my hat, and then we compromised by maybe throwing it off. It's not a great story, but it's true.
It's Alice.
Alice Lowe looks
Alice Lowe.
very, very beautiful as
She is
as
very beautiful.
Tina.
Yeah.
She does.
She always, yeah.
Now this
Rory.
was
It's good genes.
Rory's great.
Rory's great. Rory went to Iceland for 4 months after making that film.
not the
Just lived
shop.
in a
It has
tent.
to be said.
right.
I bumped
The
into
real-
him the other day in my area. He's moved around there.
Yeah.
He's living in Tracy Emin's studio.
That's
Wow.
right. In the corner.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He said it was freezing.
That's how Eamon likes it.
Now, this was a scene
He used to be a tree
that
surgeon, didn't he?
Yeah, he's and a custodian of a castle.
we couldn't
That's
do
right,
the reverses on me within the same day as I did the scene with Tim, and Tim came back the next morning to do it, especially even though he wasn't going to be on camera because he didn't want me to do it on my own.
Want to leave you hanging.
Oh,
Didn't want to leave me hanging, which
He's a
is
professional.
testament to his professionalism.
I remember that, yeah.
lovely.
He was quite adamant that he'd come
He
in
came
there.
bursting
yeah.
into my trailer. Simon, I'm not going to let them do it to you. God damn it! I'm coming in.
Look at
Me
Ben's
and Nick
face.
were like,
there.
Look at his funny little face there.
oh,
I've been caught.
Eyes.
Angel's
Closer
happy,
eyes.
something's
Closest, the closest eyes.
in the eye, retina, go.
I nearly saw the
Bang.
optic nerve there.
I love this bit.
And there he is.
My legs really hurt that day.
Why?
Oh, you hurt your
Strained
leg,
my
hadn't
cod,
you?
my cod muscle.
Your what?
You know the fish muscle.
Oh, the fish muscle.
That's the main street of Wells.
Of
isn't
Wells,
There
yeah.
it is.
There's Graham. Oh, Terminator 2.
Ah! Oh, that's close.
Does Ken say tosser there, Edgar? Can you confirm or
So,
deny?
yeah, someone doesn't.
Tosser! There we go. Down the alleyways. My legs were in good shape this day. Look at the speed of that.
Oh, you're
You are
motoring
going
there.
fast. You are going fast.
With the church behind.
Bang.
Camera was on a rickshaw there.
Oh, was it?
Yeah.
We had such a lovely time in Wales, didn't we? Because
Yeah,
it was
yeah.
just the
Right.
beginning of summer and stuff, and it was all really lovely.
When it wasn't
Oh,
raining.
we were going to try and get
Yeah.
Hal in there, weren't we? And the
Oh,
mothers.
yeah.
We go to
Olivia's
5 minutes walk away from beautiful
progeny.
walks in open fields, wasn't it? In Wales, it's
Do you
just
remember when we had a pool
Just
party?
gorgeous.
Do you remember
Oh,
that? Do you remember
yeah.
Kevin put Bonzo Dog Doodah on the iPod and it just kept coming on?
Yeah.
He accidentally selected 5 albums.
yeah, but made us laugh.
It did. We had a great time.
That was one of my favourite days.
That was the best.
Hey!
Good crash.
There we go.
A little reference, another little
Oh,
reference.
I
to
That's
love
on
it.
the
Little
trailer.
grin was you
God
turn
was
around there.
self-indulgent. Edgar wanted you to do that, didn't he?
That joke, yeah.
Whoosh.
So we could see it was you.
Now you've got him.
Oh.
Oh, no, you haven't.
You were so fit here, weren't you, Simon?
Angels really... I had to be because of all the... Yeah, because otherwise it would have been really
You
difficult.
actually did go running and
Yeah,
stuff. didn't
yeah.
you?
I
On
ran
days
into
off.
work in the mornings.
But you lost loads of
Oh,
weight
every
because you
day.
did that film before where you were a bit bigger, weren't you? You did Big Nothing and you were a bit...
Porky McGee, yeah.
You were Porky McGee when you did
I was
that.
huge. I looked like a potato.
When you did the Rick Wallace
Oh,
story.
I like this, I like this.
Rick Waller.
He does a great fall,
That's
too.
Crocodile Dundee, isn't it?
Look
That
at
was
that.
amazing
Great
that I got him in that.
Did you really get that? That wasn't.
Yeah, yeah. I
Ben did that
you?
for
Yeah,
Ben
yeah.
did that. Did you catch him? You already got him?
No, it's CG. I threw it, but they put in the hitting.
I thought it was brilliant.
sister's brother's boy.
I like that.
Lovely sun going down. You can see it on
It
her
was
faces.
the end of the day. That was Nick's line on Not Made of Eyes, which we have to
I
thank
can
him
remember
for.
Free of charge. FOC.
I like the way that I just write cock. That's just, is that us just being juvenile? Oh, here he comes. Look at him. Looking down his nose.
I'm simply suggesting.
Oh, yeah.
Tim just comes out of nowhere.
Now, this was a 50 biscuit day, I seem to remember.
Big biscuit
That
there.
was a big biscuit day.
Oh, a lot of those biscuits.
Wrong. I like the way that Ben stole biscuits that matched his tracksuit.
I was in this scene somewhere, but
You were cut out.
You were
I
jerking
was-
off in the corner, weren't you? But
I
it kind of-
was jerking off in the corner.
It was deemed
Didn't make
unsuitable.
it.
Oh, look, there he is.
Here he comes.
Sheriff of Ice Cream Town.
Prosecute an individual that has committed a blatant offence.
He's great here. Look.
I'll make sure everyone gets their just desserts.
Oh, that was a little room for Jim.
And then the
there.
little noise of the spoon on the enamel bowl is perfect.
Yeah.
Another big biscuit day.
I remember that track.
That view from there was amazing.
That beginning of that track,
Yeah.
that, oh no, is it the Trogs?
Yeah.
Edgar was adamant we used that before we even put a single word on the page.
Right.
This day, Simon and I had a massive row that morning.
We didn't have a massive
Did you?
row.
We did.
kind of fell out. a
We
little
sat
bit.
in that police car for 4 hours and didn't speak to each other apart
Really?
from to do our lines.
Joking.
We were just tired.
Really?
And
Yeah.
What was it
Imagine
about?
that.
what was it about?
Who knows?
And it got a bit
Creative.
It got all like because he's changing because he's become a big actor and he's like, you know, oh, I don't want to go and get my own coffee. I said, don't treat the ADs like that. And he went, yeah, I will. They're all bastards. And I didn't speak to him because I disagreed.
Is that the truth, Nick?
Yeah, absolutely. Where's that bastard with my coffee? Wow.
Wow.
Oh,
Oh, here
Lucy
we
Punch and a yellow Saab, forget about it.
top trumps.
Was brilliant.
Here we go, David Threlfall.
Thrillful. People don't know it's him. Because they're so used to him as Frank Gallagher now in Shameless, they don't... He's brilliant in it.
I remember seeing him in Nicholas Nickleby in 19...
He played Smike.
Yeah, he was amazing.
Yeah, with that
might-
sort of doing that limpy
With
thing.
Roger Rees,
He
yeah.
did
dad
his
was in
legs
that.
in.
Did he? Was he? Of
was
course
in
he
it.
was, yeah. He
Yeah.
was Mr...
Mr. Bumbleskins.
yeah, Mr. Doubly Do. Or one of them Dickensian
No,
names.
he was young Wackford Squeers, that's who he was.
That's it, that's
He
it.
wasn't Reverend Wobble.
It's about
What was
8
worth-
hours long, though, isn't it? It was
8 hours, it was 8 hours, and he won a
It was
Tony.
huge.
David Thrillful won a Tony.
He's so
Yeah.
good.
And an Olivier.
Wow.
That was brilliant.
I really loved working with him because I kept making him crack up.
He was funny as well. I've got a great photograph of you reading a magazine with your dad on the front, and it's like
Oh, yeah.
his face and your face.
Oh,
I'll
yeah.
give you
I
a
remember
copy
you
of
taking it.
It's great.
Save lives. Look, this is preposterous.
Now look at Nick working in the background.
Look, stop.
Look at Lucy Punch.
Oh,
Lucy Punch, beautiful.
she is
Beautiful.
Yeah, she
gorgeous.
is. Lovely girl as well.
yeah.
You're right. I apologise.
Yeah, nice.
See what I did then?
Good restrained anger from Threlfall there.
This is the most important.
Stop writing! Stop
Writing! Now this little flick book thing was done by the legend that is Oscar
Oh, this
Wright,
is
Edgar's
brilliant.
brother.
Oh, Oh, did he?
who's a fantastic.
He does storyboards as well.
Yeah, he does the storyboards. He does a lot of the graphics for us, and
I want to see what was on the other
I
side.
love the way he shoots him twice.
he's also directed a promo by Charlotte Hatherley called "Behave," which is great.
Wonderful.
Wonderful.
Yeah,
You can
it's a
see it on
great
the
video.
internet.
You can check that out on YouTube.
YouTube, it's
Is that the
brilliant.
one in space?
Yes,
Yes, it is.
yeah.
It's
They're a
brilliant.
very talented bunch, the Wrights. Here we go.
Oi, you two.
And we're already starting to look like a little double act here because we're kind of walking in sync. Despite Angel's resistance, he is falling for Danny.
I always thought this scene, Nicholas Angel ripping the tickets up, was always a bit out of order.
Yeah, he's a bit of a.
That was some moody, you
He
know.
is a bit of a tight ass, isn't he? Here's his Just Desserts. Oh, angry.
Lovely reveal of second ticket. Boom.
Yeah, that is
yeah.
really good, isn't it?
Love that clap as
Jim
well.
is amazing with pack shots, even though he doesn't do them.
That Jim also is a great fan of that hand clap that you did earlier.
Yeah, he does it a lot. Whenever he
he'll-
sees you.
He'll hand quote that.
Watching David and Lucy film this bit was an absolute joy. They did this loads of
Oh,
times.
it's so funny.
It's just amazing.
I like it as well because when you look at the crowd, if you start looking around me and Nick, they're all there. The NWA are just all there. And they came in. These are massive, renowned actors who were prepared to just come in and be background just to get that scene. Oh, look at that.
When David lies down on the bed, he did a few different takes, and one of them went. You could hear him.
I like it when he goes
to move.
He lies down. He goes now.
Yeah. And he puts the
love
bottle
this.
down, and then he moves.
Who's that guy asleep at the back?
That's Bernard. That's Joyce's husband.
Yeah.
Wasn't there something originally when we were going to say Baz Luhrmann's Romeo?
Yeah,
William
it was,
Shakespeare?
it was originally a tribute to Baz Luhrmann's William
I have a bit
Shakespeare's
of that
Romeo and Juliet.
Cold toast.
Filming this scene made me laugh so much
you had
because
yeah.
Tim hammered Adam. Look, bang! Every time he did it, he hit him so hard, and I had to keep saying to Adam, "Adam, are you all right? Are you all right, Adam?"
Poor Adam.
It was really whacking him.
He's got a lot of power in his arms as well, Tim. He's in good shape.
He is.
There they are, Greg and Sherry.
He'd want to finish things off early. You wouldn't want it to go further than the third round.
I love her laugh.
Now, Greg Nicotera, who he's named after, is a very clever special effects technician who's worked on such films as Evil Dead and Kill Bill and everything else.
I love that.
And is a very lovely man. And that was our little tribute to him and his wife.
Her face when he gets all. Oh. There's another one in a minute.
Oh, this was hard. Your as well was hard to do.
Yeah.
I am not.
Nonsense. I'm sure it's
Menacing,
all sorts of secrets would come.
Face.
but incredibly attractive. There he is. There's Ron.
Ron,
Hey.
Ron Cook, fantastic.
brilliant actor.
Brilliant actor as well, playing a really small part. We're very lucky that everybody in this is really solid, and Ron's a great example of that. He does brilliant drunk
Secrets and
acting.
Great drunk actor,
Oh, such a great, great falling over.
Yeah, fantastic.
Sat through 3 hours of so-called acting, Constable.
This was hard to do. Just the very notion of being fingered up the duck pond was funny.
Marcus Colman's brother said he'd fingered her up the duck pond.
Good one. Bit take.
That's a good 70s sitcom. The Vicar's just come round.
I try and do a spit take in everything I'm in, just because it's you're guaranteed a laugh if you gob up a bit of drink.
I like a jumper over the shoulders like that.
Pretty continental, isn't it?
Yeah.
Rafe say.
It's chilled out.
Oh my god.
Oh my god!
That's the bloke we done for speeding earlier.
That was a little theatre in Wales where I did a stand-up gig during shooting. Do you remember?
Oh yeah.
I went on stage a little pissed.
Who was that? I didn't.
Now that, is a little bit like one of Edgar's first films, Dead Right. There's the killer hiding in the light, standing in plain view. I think you may see a bit of on this DVD. Oh, come shot.
Easy.
That's what Olivia told us to say.
Bang.
Axe wound. Head off.
Oh shit.
I know it sounds weird, but I'm turned on by the blood spattering across her face.
I think we should wind back and go over that.
Look at that horrible 70s bed.
But that cover was actually. I recognise that cover from somewhere. I think it was in this one.
Decaffeinated, lots
I
of
used to
people
have an
miss
orange
that.
one, exactly the same.
Heads.
The
I think I had
decaffeinated
one when I
bit
was growing up.
must be highlighted.
Here he comes. This is a big one, isn't it? This is a lot of words in one bit.
A lot of words. Chance to show off a bad posture.
One of my favourite bits.
It's all there, Kevin.
Tits.
Oh, they were hard to do.
They were so hard to do. Carl just saying the very meaning of the double on top. The best one was cot.
Sergeant Angel. Well, we should get a proper cordon off.
And this was just slightly out of Wells, wasn't it? It was up on the hill.
Yeah.
As you come down in, you could see all the wells.
Yeah, and
I used to go jogging round there.
that's right. You used to go jogging with Paddy, didn't you?
Yeah.
You guys lived the Andy's life.
Yeah, we did. We did.
And we were kind of cursed that day a bit because you've got to make a decision at the beginning of the day whether to do it in the sunlight or in the cloud, and it kept going from one to the other. We were hanging around.
That was like
for
most
hours.
days, wasn't it? We got a bit screwed by that.
Oh, it was a
Ken,
rainy
when was
week,
this?
wasn't it?
Yeah, it was terrible.
What month was it?
May.
May.
Was it May?
Hal learnt to crawl while we were there in Wales.
Oh.
It's your husband.
The thing about Wells is when you weren't working on your day off, when you went into town on the Saturday, for instance, you just saw everyone just having a little shop.
That's because the population of Wells doubled when we arrived. It's interesting to note Ken Cranham can't drive, and I think he explains
Can
that
he not?
No, that he was on a rope there. They were pulling him out.
What a sock in it town.
Tame
Tame
moose.
moose.
Small town. Fuck off up the model.
Always gets a big laugh.
Good line.
Right.
I think it's in the TV fixes when you say "funk off up the Muddle Village," it remains funny.
You got through some cigs, you two, didn't you?
We got through some cigs.
I know. I was very.
And neither of us smoke.
I know. Were you smoking real fags or?
Yeah, real fast, because honey rows are worse.
They smell of poo, don't they?
They do smell like
They
plops.
smell pooey.
Don't be childish.
Plops. It's like plops.
I love the way you
A
go
little bit like plops.
You smile and laugh every time he said skid mark. It's very funny.
So-called acting last
I like the fact that the Andys have got a boxing bag in the corner of their office. They probably strip to the waist and take it in turns.
Yeah, they do.
I like to imagine them spotting for one another down at the gym.
Yeah, absolutely.
One more. Come on, one more. You got it in yet?
The blower would lose control of his car and not think to apply the brakes.
Oh, shut up, smart ass.
If there were no skid marks, it would be for
I like that.
nothing to prevent their fate. You don't have to be a detective to
Here's
work.
where my phone went off, wasn't it?
It was in that scene, yeah. It was,
This was bloody hard.
easy to do. After lunch, you put it on. It cut,
Yeah,
it
easy
was,
to
Your
do.
phone went off.
no one blamed
Oh,
you.
I
right.
felt bad because I was a junior member of the cast.
Yeah. Sackable offence.
I was always on good behaviour.
Paddy looks really cheesed off in
But
that.
Paddy was kind of like unnecessarily went, yeah, it is unforgivable. Like he just was enjoying.
always do that.
He was enjoying being
Me
there.
and Paddy had such a good time because he was my idol. He was my acting,
And then you met him.
and then I got to work with him.
It was a the police service of Sanford was a great bunch. In fact, everyone was
Wasn't
in
it
this film,
fun?
but we had fun, didn't we?
Why don't we introduce David Bradley?
David Bradley.
Who you might know from the Harry Potter films.
Oh, yeah.
He plays Argus Filch in Harry Potter, but of course many other things as well.
And he's just about to play Davis in The Caretaker in the Tricycle Theatre.
That's right.
Oh, and
Harold
he was. Did you
Pinter.
see him in the Henrys was it a couple
No.
of years ago? He was amazing.
No, he's an
Amazing.
amazing theatre actor.
Another really good guy as well. We really
he
lucked
was a
out
good
with
guy.
with the good folk on this
Lovely
film.
man.
Everyone was nice. There was no one who wasn't.
Kevin Eldon.
Oh, come on. That looks
Eldon.
chilly. Was it chilly?
Oh God, it was cold.
That was the first day of principal photography.
It was.
Do you remember there was that one extra who was with us the whole time when we were in the police station?
Yeah, you never see.
Andy.
Andy, yeah.
All right, and
PC1.
He was just there
PC1.
to fill out the cop.
Look at all
he
these
was there with us all.
shooters.
Oh, that was like
By the power of Grayskull. They like that.
they do like that.
It was like Gunmageddon.
He-Man. Armsmageddon. Thanks, Nick.
This is an extremely
There's one of those in the war museums.
That's right. I think that's the one.
That was made.
Clong.
That was made.
Yeah, art department made that.
It's really good.
It's brilliant, isn't it?
They aged it so well.
All plastic and.
Da, 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 da. Move!
Run!
And the music in this is actually from the trailer for Lethal Weapon 2, I think.
Look at that. I'm so, for a big man, I'm so agile.
That's very
Light on
good
your feet,
indeed.
man. You're light on your
brilliant.
feet. You are.
You know.
I had a squeal.
Grace.
Yeah.
We had to run up a little ramp there, didn't we?
Of course.
Did you?
Yeah, you don't wish you can't.
That's
see.
almost just 20 stone just hammering up through the air.
And it's just a big load of dead
carry it well, you
chickens,
carry
wasn't
it
it,
so
you
well.
landed on?
Yeah. We had to do it a couple of times because you could see feathers coming up. I cried on that day. Do you know why?
Why?
Because my legs hurt so badly, and it was at the beginning of the shoot, and I was terrified I wouldn't be able to do the whole film.
Oh.
Can you imagine?
What, was it your knees?
No, it was my quad muscles. I strained them.
What are your quad muscles?
You know, your
Big ones.
the big long ones in front of your thighs, in front of your femurs.
Straighten them up, working out, all the working out you've been doing.
Yeah, I just hadn't stretched on the first day when I did the 100-metre sprint. And,
Always stretch.
Always stretch when you do that.
I had to have a physio on set, but it was all right in the end.
I love this deodorant squirt.
That's your own tat, isn't it?
Yeah.
What does it signify?
What's this a little...
my homosexuality.
Look at that.
Right.
That was a hard scene to do, wasn't it?
Yeah, we did it a lot.
I like to think that Danny had that done in Glastonbury when he was 17, because he was in that area, and
a lot of the rugby boys had the same one.
Did they?
Yeah.
For London, Nigeria.
Is that what you call it?
No, for damning Danny.
Oh.
That's the story.
Nick Frost played rugby for London, Nigeria.
The only white guy at the time.
Whatever.
Not anymore.
Not anymore.
Not anymore.
Oh, what, in the team?
Full of them.
You're not white anymore.
No.
I hate whites.
We'll be right back.
This was fun.
There again.
This was a nice little bit.
Who's that in the background?
Where? At the back there?
Oh, here we
Kev,
go.
always gone. There he is.
Because we have to be so stone-faced all the time, it made it harder not to laugh.
Look at your face there, Rafe. Why are you watching telly?
What are you doing? You're
I don't know what I was doing.
You're mouthing the script.
It's fantastic.
I forget now.
Mouthing the script.
There's so much good work going on beyond the talkers.
I think it's amazing. Really?
Secret of acting.
Because where the shot's quite backlit there, you can see the tiniest hairs on my ears.
But they're massive in reality. You got hair like Yoda.
I don't remember a time when I didn't want to be a police officer.
Oh,
This is lovely because it's the first time you smile in a bit in the whole film.
it is.
You've got a
First
lovely
grin.
set of gnashers.
It's a really lovely moment.
Do you know I had them whitened before the film?
Did you?
Really? Yeah.
Did you?
So Angel would look like a,
I had mine.
In that
grubby.
smile,
They look beautiful.
you can see the love between you two in real life.
Oh,
Yeah.
thanks, Rafe.
I think you can. I find it very moving, this scene.
There is love there. Right, Nick?
Actually, he was arrested for selling drugs.
They're in love.
There's the C word.
Here comes the C word.
It's done. It's gone.
We always like to say the C word. That oldest of Anglo-Saxon
First up is Shaun of the
words.
Dead, isn't it?
Yeah.
The first scene.
We can't say it too many times now.
It's very frowned upon in America more than it is here.
Yeah.
What?
Oh, he's now right. Now the film's got to be.
his head.
It's got to be 18.
Shaking his head.
It's all right if a lady says it.
True.
I love it when a girl
Now
says
the film has to be an 18
It's just
now.
a
We're going to
nice
sell
word.
less DVDs
Nice
thanks to you.
consonants.
Sometimes I change the T for a D.
It's only I remember my English teacher described to me. He said it's just an
Wife
it's
of
an
Bath says
Anglo-Saxon word.
Yeah.
That's all it is.
Yeah.
Just an old sort of
Unclench.
Was that before he molested you? The detention.
detention.
Tell them all.
I remember the magician guy showing you how to do that.
I know.
You're really laughing there, Nick.
I am really laughing.
Get him in, silly bollocks. Now this was real lager, wasn't it?
Was it real lager wine?
No, it wasn't.
Caliber. The actors. The cross the actors have to bear in drinking scenes.
Caliber and honey rose.
Elton John drinks Caliber. It's his favourite drink.
What?
When he has big parties, he gets like
Oh, I suppose because he's
hundreds
teetotal.
of crates in. But I don't know any other teetotalers who drink Caliber. I don't know who drinks Caliber.
Well, if you like the taste of lager and you don't drink, I
But
suppose.
Caliber has still, I
fills
think,
the gap.
0.1% alcohol.
Does it?
For those people on the 12 steps, it's not cutting it.
Oh, really?
No, because it's got alcohol in it, isn't it? A tiny, tiny amount.
If you drink
So you
1,000 pints, you'll get drunk.
Yeah.
You get mash up,
and die.
mash up, crash up.
So much beer comes out of that pipe.
I know. Now, I don't know. I'll have to ask Edgar if he did a little cock for Ron here, because when he turns around, he definitely see a bit of pink.
Yes,
you
yes.
do.
There it is. Look.
Yeah. He's not that small though, is he, Ron? He's not, because he's supposed to be a very small, this character. He's not.
He's
not,
only sort of 5'6".
This was Dave Besant's house.
That's right. The
Dave Bassett.
Bassett. And Dennis Wise lived next door, and Dennis
That's right,
Wise,
right.
because when we filmed there, he would come out and watch
Oh,
sometimes.
that's right, indeed.
Yeah.
there was a
Next
couple of
door,
Chelsea fans on the crew, weren't there? Who were quite impressed by that.
Yeah. The
Great joke.
Here
I
comes
like
some-
that.
Here's some great acting
List
from.
great forward. Hey.
it's a really good fall.
He really dives forward.
Nice sort of laugh between you
If
there.
Angel was such a great cop, surely he'd notice hooded figures stood in plain view.
Because at one point you're looking at him as well.
I know. Movie
There's a
magic.
few really nice cuts in this.
Popcorn logic.
That's nice.
This is me. Well, I should.
And we're joined now by Professor James Broadbent, who's just walked into the room. Hi, Jim.
Hello.
Right now, Jim, you've got to talk for half an hour. I can't believe it. This is your first commentary, Jim. Is that right?
It is absolutely my first. I don't know what I'm doing here.
With your gigantic career. Peeing.
It's very pale wee
He did
for
that.
someone who's drunk so much booze.
Good point.
It can be sometimes, though.
It gets very pale.
That's
in the
another
morning.
bit.
In the morning,
It'll
it's
be very dark
disgusting.
in the morning.
Oh, it's the
yeah.
morning when it's like tea, isn't it?
It's like golden syrup.
Isn't there a deleted scene where we do kiss in this?
Yeah, there's that whole scene where you fillate me for 12 minutes. It's like the end of Brian
12.
Bunny.
This is BBC Radio 4.
Is this the one where you always think you are going to kiss?
Yeah,
even-
yes.
I love it.
I think sometimes you can feel the audience's buttocks clench. You can hear the tightening of
Mine's-
Look at that
mine's
look
a-
of love. Oh.
Point Break was on Channel 5 the other day, and I've never seen it.
Really?
Yeah.
Did you watch it?
And I saw the characters that the Andes were.
What, the
supposed-
two kind of
The
like...
ones who are in the cars always putting their fingers up to them, or all,
Yeah.
like the other team.
Yeah, exactly.
I wish I'd watched it before.
Rafe.
I was alright without it.
I think sometimes it's good not to be influenced by other things.
Not to do too much research.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Organic.
Just wing it.
Wing it, yeah.
Big old Melanie or...
That wasn't your finger, was it, Nick?
No, it wasn't. It was a chimp.
Chimp.
Even little blinks. You make the audience love you, don't
Oh.
you? Little devices.
Nicely lit, this
This is
scene.
one of the loveliest love scenes.
Oh, can you think it?
This is good, I love this. A walk-in DVD drobe.
Parrot waistcoat.
Cowboys too. Which one do you think I prefer?
You got quite ill having to wear that shirt, didn't you?
Yeah, it hurt.
Bristol Rovers.
But that's brilliant advertising, that, though, isn't it?
Yeah,
That last bit.
for that cowling construction.
Two films you have to see.
Yeah.
Fantastic.
Yeah, and for the sponsors of Bristol Rovers as well. Who've
There
never...
is cowling.
Keanu Reeves is good in this film, actually. Well,
He's great.
and Patrick Swayze is brilliant.
Sways.
I love your arm movement there, the pumping of the gun. Who was it? Was it the same bloke who was in the hood for most of the times?
Yes, it was. It was... oh, goodness me. From Tom from Artem. No, Tom. No, it wasn't Tom. Tom was an actor. No, it was a couple of people, actually.
There's no way you could perpetrate that amount of
I think it was Michael.
not incur a considerable
Michael.
Effects Company.
Mickey.
Old Mick. Bang! That was us blowing
That's
up
good,
Mike
man.
Bassett's house.
Mike Bassett's house. I wonder if he's seen it.
It's not Mike Bassett, is it? It's Dave Bassett.
Mike Bassett,
the
England
way-
manager of that film.
Waited for a week, I think.
I love this bit in this film.
Shit just got real.
I can't believe that Martin Lawrence and Will Smith actually filmed this bit for us.
Yeah.
That was sweet of them.
Generous.
I love Will.
And for free.
Oh.
He's
I
nasty.
think we went and reshot that because we weren't happy with the original dummy, and Edgar wanted a different close-up.
Gets killed by an oven.
Here we go.
It's great in this bit.
This is the scene where Carl says,
Oh,
"Cox."
yeah, let's watch
Cox.
this. He's...
Like a little midnight gobble.
Cock.
Look at us. We can feel the camera coming round.
And I kept looking at you. I kept looking
I
at
know,
you.
you bastard. That was impossible.
The fire crews finish their stuff, and then we get.
Help me.
Do a thorough smash.
You're breaking my arm. I don't know who said that. You're breaking my arm. Hi.
Hi.
The messenger a statement will be issued shortly.
Actually, I just wanted to ask, what's your perfect Sunday? I'll deal with the press, Sergeant. Now, why?
If you flip over onto the extras, I think if you've purchased the double disc, you'll be able to watch the entirety of Kevin's Perfect Sunday,
A fire.
which is a very
Which
interesting.
I made up on the spot, just
Slightly.
out of my brain.
Slightly sexual.
Was slightly rude.
Have you seen the making of documentary?
Yeah, it's good.
Is it?
It's very funny, actually.
Is it?
Yeah.
Is it
Oh,
long?
Dan's film.
No, it's about half an hour.
Foul play.
Do you remember there was a helicopter had landed in the back of shot? And,
yeah.
And it was going all the way through, and then we went and did the words again in Dave Bassent's house.
That's right. Yeah, we did.
Yeah.
And that was a green screen shot of the devastation.
3 people have died in a week.
Come on, Dr. Sherlock. They were accidents.
Look at the derision in Rafe's face.
Oh, I love this bit. Is this where he goes out and comes back again?
Yeah, that was Paddy just messing
Him
around.
making
In fact,
muck of
you're cracking up, Rafe, in the background because it was like after the shot. Look.
This was the bit when we were all laughing.
I know. There he is.
There's a laugh in a minute you can see, which is completely real.
Sanford's most wanted.
Well, it must have been difficult, Jim, working with such naughty young actors.
Well, what was it Edward said to this thing?
Little merchants.
But he was saying Herbert's. George, what was it?
It was George Merchant. These little Herberts round at George Merchants or something.
Yeah.
But it was 2 words that sounded the same, and a couple of times he said these little merchants.
It's a very good line. It's a good line, isn't it?
It just set off Paddy and Rafe.
Little merchants.
These little merchants. It was like tiny little Elizabethan merchants causing trouble in the town centre.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's a sort of. It's an urchin. It's an urchin and a merchant.
Little kids in ruffs.
Spit roast joke. I had to explain spit roast to Anne Reid in the makeup.
God.
Oh, no.
I was mortified.
I love the way you say, that's me after a few pints. Just a few pints. Oh.
This shirt's my favourite.
I love their mufti outfits.
Yeah. Off duty.
Horrible.
His little collars to it.
I know my trousers on.
Jim's cap. And Nick's tiny little hat.
Oh.
To show you.
Love the sound.
I love this music.
Yeah.
Really good at it. Feeling lucky, Sergeant?
It's Stuart again. I love it.
3 cans wins you the squeaky bunny. 5 cans gets you the floppy lion. Take out all the little people, you get to waltz off with the cuddly
Now that is another little explanation of the plot, like in Shaun of the Dead in the pub. That's what happens is that Angel shoots all the little people and waltzes off with the cuddly monkey, which is Nick. It's another one of those little harbinger bits in the script. And Christopher Tuck, he said it was unsophisticated.
Underwritten.
Bang! You couldn't do that with an arrow.
Such a cheat.
I know, isn't it? It's such a cheat.
You have to fiddle with it.
Oops.
He took that, didn't he?
Yeah, he did.
Then he got his own back later on by shooting me in the face.
He did. That's true.
That was our last scene we ever shot in the last thing we were ever in the background, me and Paddy there. That was on our last day.
You were abusing some little Cub Scout or something, weren't you?
Yeah, we were.
You're sort of winding these young kids up.
And then we watched England-Jamaica just before the World Cup.
Oh, yeah, in my trailer, yeah.
We won 6-0 and Crouch did the robot for the first time.
That's right. Heady days.
Good times.
Beautiful hot day on those.
Oh, it was amazing. I got so burned.
It was the first day the sun came out for a couple of weeks, wasn't it? Do you remember?
Yeah.
Shooting the Fate was nice because they had all the seats set up around the back, so at one point all of us was just sitting around.
Yeah, that's right. In a nice sun.
Yeah, it was nice when we were all together. Here we go.
Oh, even though you know what's happening, it's so shocking, isn't it?
This is one of the great stunts.
It was good on the day, even though it was before it was kind of augmented.
Well, the stuntman was in the head thing all day.
With his head sideways,
with his
wasn't
head to the side.
Yeah, it was a really tough stunt to do, actually.
Amazing.
Dangerous as well, because he had to fall on his front.
Yeah,
that's
Without
right.
being able to see.
It's a lovely noise that Edgar uses when the stones fall in, which I really enjoy. Listen out for it.
What, a squelchy noise?
Like an accelerating noise. You kind of hear it.
Yeah.
Oh.
Oh, poor Tim Messenger.
Oh, hi.
Hi.
Oh,
He just doesn't deserve to get splattered.
meanie.
And a little bit of musical reference to The Omen there as well.
Yeah.
And another famous death from church. It's a good job the church roof was messed up.
Come on, Tim!
Nick's impression of Paul Freeman is amazing. Come in, Tim, your time is up.
Your number's up.
Your number's up.
Come in, Tim!
There's Bernard, not asleep for once. Here it goes. Now, you might be thinking, how the hell did they stage this? But if you look on the plot holes, you'll find out
Every time.
They stumble, the little stumble now. It's a really good one.
Oh.
a lovely bit of blood on the camera
He's
as
still
well.
alive, you know, his heart is still...
Oh.
Anadin won't sort that out.
It's been an accident, bit of an accident.
Kevin's the last to get it. Huh? Look, his Spider-Man makeup.
You had that on for a week.
I hated wearing a lot of stuff. I was
It
in
was
a mood.
permanent marker, wasn't it?
Permanent marker. I had my face scrubbed off.
Look at that.
Look at that.
That was one of the last days in Wales.
Is that you?
No, that's Joss actually.
I didn't think it was
from a helicopter.
Did he have to dye his hair to match?
Yes. I love Jim. I love your cowboy acting. Yeah. When you turn round. Pew!
Rafe gives one of my favourite lines in this bit. You don't even hear it though. He said, "No, he's got shorts on."
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Oh, he's got shorts on.
Check out Quick Jaw Broadbent here.
I had so much time in ADR trying to get that.
Really?
Did you?
Oh, he's got shorts on.
This was horrible.
Horrible day. Freezing
It was double
cold.
rain, wasn't it?
It was raining, it was cold.
And a rain machine
And they
as
had to have
well.
rain machine as well to make it show up on the camera.
Yeah.
You can really see our breath.
But the water was really cold. Why can't they make it warm?
I remember there was blood dripping off because it goes into a stopcock and there's no temperature taps on it.
He actually knows.
Yeah.
Oh.
Now that was a couple of shower caps. I got one of the ADs to go and get a shower cap so it looked like we had like water protectors on our hats. It's just shower cap.
But the rain was relentless. It kind of like,
Oh, man.
but we had to have
Paddy's still got a fag in this as well.
Further rain.
further rain.
Yeah.
It's a real quagmire, isn't it?
Oh, you're so sweet with this bit. And then you run off.
I love the run.
The running off is a very good thing. You could have walked off, but you actually do a
keeps
little
going.
toddle off. That's very...
Still holding on to his hat.
You can see that my run is informed by the fact that's the first time I ever wore cowboy boots.
I like the fact that you didn't really know whether he meant you or the monkey.
Yeah.
You weren't quite sure.
He's genuinely confused. That's a beautiful house behind you, then.
Yeah, really pretty.
This run's good.
Holding on to it. You really slipped, actually. You nearly went down.
Yeah, I remember. God, it was miserable that day.
Some lovely old almshouses, aren't they?
That's
They're
right.
beautiful.
Very nice.
Into
Sort
the
of mini.
creaky corridor.
Is that what they were?
Oh, that's right. Yeah, they were.
The swan.
Oh, he drops it off at
Little
reception.
love token.
Wet
You
monkey.
can just see him putting it in the reception.
With
Can you leave this for
tears.
Sergeant Angel?
Yeah.
Oh.
So was that in London, those hotel rooms? It's a location, isn't it? It's not
That was
studio.
in.
That's a studio.
Yeah, it was in went near
Watford.
near Watford, and then we had it again somewhere else, didn't we? Had to reconstruct it in Twickenham. Well, maybe I'm wrong there, but we did do it twice.
In the Twickenham.
In the Twickenhams.
In the Twickenhams, yeah.
There's the first glimpse of the family
It's a
tree.
great picture of Ron.
Isn't it?
It's
It's that fixed grid, isn't it? Yeah.
You can see what he really did for a living.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's a local paper smile, is what it is. Now, this was at 5-6 in the morning on the very last day, the day of the rap party. Well,
really?
It wasn't really the last day, because, yeah, but I remember Andy Duncan, one of our crew, fell asleep, and we drew on his face.
I didn't go to the rap party. You didn't go either, did you, Nick?
No,
You were on holiday.
Oh, that's right, you were in the...
I finished my last shot and was driven directly to the airport.
Wow.
That's right, after
times.
the night when you stabbed me in the chest.
That's right.
Not in the film.
And then the World Cup was just after this, wasn't it? It was rubbish, the World Cup.
Yeah.
Where do we have the rap party again?
It was a place in Soho somewhere, wasn't it? Downstairs.
Was it good? Because usually they're a bit disappointing.
I can't remember it, to be honest.
Nor can I. Must have been.
You were all knackered.
Yeah, we were well
A bit
knackered.
spaced.
Yeah, totally.
London.
Tim Messenger, go. Editor and journalist of the Sanford
Look at
Citizen.
the way you walk there, Nick.
It's a real model
Strutty.
style.
Strutty.
There's
a
Will
bit of-
Glenn.
A bit of Saturday Night Fever about it.
Yeah, definitely, yeah. Travolta in the street.
There is.
Pissed on the floor in the Crown, but more importantly, was a good friend of
Fingered.
I like
I
it in
missed that bit.
the TV fixes. He goes bungled.
Bungle.
Yeah. Here we go. It's the way you sniff your finger.
Horrible.
Yeah, yeah.
men fingered.
So, maybe they were all accidents.
Oh.
There's a nice little computer thing again there. I didn't notice that before.
What are you two up to?
It suited you, the blonde.
Nice.
What?
What?
is the Gaza breasts?
We redubbed this, didn't we, folks?
Yeah, because it was He's a Jolly Good Fellow, wasn't
Yeah,
it?
because it costs a lot of money to clear Happy Birthday for cinema. And in the end, we just thought...
I don't remember that. I don't remember doing it.
We went for Oh, no, you didn't.
I wasn't
Me
asked.
and Edgar pretended to be you.
I wasn't invited.
You were invited. You were just somewhere else. I wasn't invited.
My lover's split. I gotta go.
No!
Gotta go.
We've got to say goodbye to Olivia Colman.
Olivia Colman's leaving.
Bye, Liv.
Life goes on. Bye, Collie.
Bye.
Bye then.
This for someone special.
Okay.
This beautiful Anne Reid.
Now, Anne, because you only ever see Anne in the background a lot of the time, it's always building up to this scene where she has the longest speech.
It is a classic speech.
Brilliantly done.
Which she did great.
She's such a wonderful actress.
Yeah.
You know that fella who blew up?
For me, I totally understand the casting of her in The Mother because she's very sexy.
Absolutely.
God rest him.
God rest him.
God rest them.
I haven't really got that much family around here, save for cousin sister.
Now this is in a little flower boutique near London, wasn't it? You never came out there, did you?
London?
We went there very early on. I think day 4 of the shoot we were there, and we went back to do some reshoots there of me jumping through the glass. So we were there at the very beginning and the very end, and that is another tawdry story, courtesy of me.
Look at Anne's lovely azure blue eyes.
She's really attractive.
All right, guys, come on.
As you like it.
What is this, a circle jerk?
A circle jerk. Circle jerk.
You're amazed.
Last one loses.
She's still going. It's just,
I know.
She's just wonderful. It's a real...
And it's all just kind of
It's
effortless
the sort
as well.
of thing
just-
that puts the fear of God in you. When
Absolutely,
you get
yeah, I know.
Yeah.
full of repetitions.
Well, when
near
I did my
repetition.
big sum up thing, I didn't get it right once. Anne's
No,
amazing.
you did once.
Go all the way through.
Yeah.
It was hard. Oh wow!
Yeah.
How often do you get to do that in your acting
I
career?
know.
Have blood squirting out your
Bang.
So cool, that.
And that was like 2-3 months after when I took it out of the truncheon out of my
Really,
belt.
that you did the
Yeah,
through
I
the
did
window.
the slow motion throw.
Through the secateurs.
We were back for a day to do some stuff.
God,
How can we so far ahead?
depressing.
I really, really hurt my hand doing this. All the skin off my left knuckle.
What'd you do?
I jumped over some garden furniture. This was 3 months later. Bang!
Lovely.
That was you.
That was me. That's me.
all you.
That's me. Yeah.
Is it you?
Apologies to Michael, the stuntman, who did it. He was my stunt double in Shaun of the Dead. He jumped over the fence. He's an acrobat as well as a stuntman.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Nick asked an interesting question. Which one of the NWA did cut their leg? Anybody?
What, during the filming?
No, because it isn't Skinner, because when I pull his leg up, so it must be one of the others.
That's my first day of filming.
It was.
Was it?
Yeah,
I
that was
remember
it. First thing I did.
You haven't quite got the character.
Paddy does used to.
Yeah, why were you speaking in a Scottish accent?
Paddy does use De Niro in a minute.
Yeah.
Paddy is the Midlands De Niro.
He is Raging Bullring.
Raging boring.
He does a little De Niro. Yeah,
I love it at the end.
Shrug.
Come on. Suggesting.
Yeah.
Till it tripped and fell on her own shears.
Ben Fletcher fell on his pitchfork the other week.
Pitchfork!
And I'm pitch.
Because I was.
Oh, Collie's
Looks
gone
lovely
now.
in that bit there.
We can say nice things about her
Do you
now
remember
without feeling
Collie?
intimidated.
Yeah,
Do you remember
I
Collie?
that.
She was great.
Yeah. Loves toast.
Oh, look at that!
Actually, or shit.
Or shit.
Innocent people don't run.
You can see Jim in the background there. The timing of this is really good.
Oh, yeah, he was a prickly customer, wasn't he?
And Paddy goes serious in a minute.
There it is. There's De Niro. Jim gets up.
Carl.
There he is walking across.
There he comes.
You did it. Seeing as though you're such a
Big fan of murder.
Look. Oh.
Carpeted.
Boy, am I in trouble.
When Frank does that, you know you're in the shit.
Sir, you have to understand.
No.
Now, your hair was really short then, Jim, wasn't it? Because you played Lord Longford like a few weeks before we started rehearsing.
I think always felt you still wanted me to wear a wig all the way through.
No, I think it's good. It's quite high and tight. Quite military.
High and tight.
But, sir, I'm certain.
This is silly.
And what's more,
I know who did it.
Whoa.
I had a terrible toothache this day.
Oh, yeah, you did, didn't you?
Dreadful.
Did you?
Yeah. I got rushed to an emergency dentist.
Oh, that's
afterwards.
right. Yeah, you did.
You were crying.
I was crying.
Mr. Skinner to the manager's office.
Oh, Mr. Skinner.
She's in everything, isn't she?
Lovely.
Loads of.
Quite right too.
She's very talented.
She's brilliant. I love her in Garth Marenghi's Dark Place.
Yeah, she's
hilarious.
brilliant.
Tilla's dead.
How? She tripped and fell on her.
And here comes your big speech, eh?
Yeah, that was.
Oh, that was hard.
Of course, you didn't have, in the end, have really learned it because it was most of it's in voiceover. Isn't it?
I know, but I really wanted to do it in one, and then I got all you guys were there, and it was making me really nervous.
Well, I thought you did a terrific job.
No, I think you did it a couple of times.
very well.
You did it well.
I know, Nick. I know your favourite line was bacon and beans, wasn't it?
Yeah. A judicial application of bacon and beans.
I love this. Backwards.
Yeah, very good. And we had a little query about imply or infer, didn't we?
That's right. I think you were very on the language ball, Kev. Thank you for that.
Lucy Punch.
Lovely Lucy Punch. I think Edgar and Chris Dickens had a lot of fun in the edit with these bits, with all the flashback stuff.
merchant was buying up a large area of land on the outskirts of Sanford after an
And all the backwards noises.
What? Yep, yep.
Snuck.
That sounds like Twin Peaks.
If you listen to the commentary backwards, Jim just incited everyone to praise Satan.
All this, ooh, DC Bib. Save your time, that's BBC Two.
I think that was one of the last things Tim did was get
Twins.
blood splattered in his face.
Dave Bassett.
Dave Bassett. Candles, bacon, beans.
Beans.
There was a loose end.
I like seeing what?
What's the strip club called? Flappers.
Flappers. Paddy's face is so funny when you're looking at him and he suddenly goes serious.
Upon discovering she was about to sell up to the developers.
Now this, of course, is a complete. I mean, Angel's theory is really like clever, but it's completely wrong.
As a fun runner.
Even though it's very well thought out.
Yeah.
The classic Agatha Christie clap.
Yeah.
Yes.
Very entertaining, but I rather think you've been watching too many films.
He hasn't.
Why would I kill Leslie? You clearly aren't aware that we're related.
See, we're getting sucked in. We're getting sucked in.
I'm afraid my nickname of Sissy is only a revelation to
It's
yourself.
See, when you know that you're bad, Jim, when you watch it again, it's a whole different viewing. Because you know that.
Do you think are they surprised?
I think so. Yeah, I
Have you
think
had
so.
people being surprised?
Yeah,
I think they'd be surprised.
Yeah.
Kind of, yeah.
because we don't really. I mean, we do it all the time with Tim. Was try and make it look like he's the bad guy. That was very hard to do.
All the lads.
But with you, with Frank, it's like, you know, he's so avuncular and hopefully good that it's a surprise. It always makes me cry.
You kind of wouldn't mind Frank killing you.
There they are, the twins.
There you go.
Kevin and Nick, Shaun of the Dead.
Those guys are so hot right now.
They
I
are.
know they're in everything. They're in the new Tarantino movie. It's
Are they?
yeah.
Tina here does a table dance.
Yeah, watch this.
Nevertheless.
A little bit of rivalry there.
They've both been to Flappers. I think Tina plays them off against each other. That's the problem.
Yeah.
Something that placed you at
I think Andy, you think that she loves you, but really she's getting off with Paddy.
With the other Andy.
So, do you know whose leg it was?
She was bad.
I don't know. We were thinking it might be. It was probably Lurch.
Should have been just one of them.
Yeah,
with
you
a
should have
slight
seen a
limp,
cut.
Just a
Yeah,
slight limp at some point.
That would have been a nice little a little clue.
Rory was. Do you remember that porridge oats advert?
Yeah, he was the porridge oats man.
Yeah,
He was.
the big hunky Scottish
In
man.
fact, when we were in Scotland, they said about when we were doing our press, he said, "Now you've got Rory McCann, the porridge oats man."
Really?
Yeah. Apparently, Roy said that they eventually used a body double because he'd sort of eaten so much porridge that he wasn't as ripped as he had been when he started doing the campaign. And then Roy said that himself. So.
Yes, I did. But it's been impounded as evidence. It's going to kill me now.
I like the way you put your hat on here. It really fits snugly.
Yeah.
11, 11, 11.
There it is, and 11. There it is. There.
Is that bad luck?
I don't know.
It's like the number 23. Look at that picture with him holding up the paper in the background, really obviously behind Angel. He's holding up today's newspaper.
This was in the supermarket when me and Paddy got caught trying to steal all the booze.
Oh, that's right.
Oh, yeah. We did steal quite a lot of
made
stuff.
you put it back.
No, but it wasn't Naira. It was someone told on us, and we were all taking it, and it was going to be fine.
Well, it was just props. It wasn't.
No, but it was real booze. It was all the booze. Was
because
real,
we all had a Cobra back. Back on the thing.
There was lots of snaffling in that supermarket, wasn't there? I mean, chocolate bars.
We all started eating chocolate and all sorts.
Yeah. That looks like what the Swan looks like inside, but it's not the Swan, is it?
No, it's a hotel on the outskirts of London. With similar.
Twat.
Oh,
Twat cat.
That's really hurtful.
Isn't it?
That weren't me.
That weren't me.
Look at you two.
Men can be very cruel.
There's Tim again.
I love him. There's a scene when in the shootout at the end when he's firing his shotgun and a shell goes in his face. He doesn't even flinch.
Yeah.
He didn't blink because he's so used to it.
It wasn't deliberate, was it?
No. He just carries on without a blink.
I like the fact he's wearing a big long green Marmaduke as well.
Annie Hardinge made that coat.
Marmaduke.
Did she?
It's called a Marmaduke. Cornettos, a thematic consistency in our work.
But what did you do about eating cornettos because you were so strict with your eating at this point? Do you just lick a little bit of it?
I think I was at the point now, and I thought if I had a couple of bits of ice cream, I'd be all right. Even though I was that militant about it.
You were so militant.
Yeah.
That's brilliant, that bit.
I love that because you don't know anyone else has ever suffered for that little sort of adenoidal pain.
Oh, it's agony.
I think it's a personal thing.
Yeah, it's horrible.
Yeah.
But you put it on the screen for all of us.
It's like the devil touching your nose.
It is right up in your brain pan.
Greedy Danny must eat all the ice cream before he does it.
It was exactly the same thing. You've come from a city.
We were just earlier on, Jim, when you weren't here. I was showing appreciation for your line. Rural policing is easy.
And big bushy beard.
And big bushy beard, of course.
Big bushy beard.
I give you my word.
I like it when you see the skeleton in the tombs and you hear you say that again. But the other thing is when you go dog muck.
Crusty jugglers.
Oh, this is played so earnestly.
No.
It's got to be though.
Yeah.
Yeah.
High trousers. Wait. Oh, cocks.
I'm so stupid.
Who was that?
That was
the American
Bushy.
Oh, was it?
This is good.
Bushy.
Location World. There's the John Woo shop.
John Woo pigeon shop.
We put loads of bread on the floor to make that happen. Creaky corridor. I like that Ed Graw's kind of shot it as if it was swaying as well, which is nice.
And this kind of music's written specially for it.
Yeah. David Arnold's score to this.
Oh,
it's
yes, of
so
course.
fantastic. This was on Edgar's birthday that we shot this scene, and it took all day.
Yeah.
Did it?
Yeah, all day. We were fighting all day long.
Must have been exhausting.
It was.
Was it in? Do you do it in tiny shots?
Yeah.
Really, just
bit, but sort of like phrase by phrase, you know.
And he's a big man.
Yeah, and this is all me as well. The only thing I didn't do was that because it was too dangerous.
Right.
Monkey.
Oh, monkey.
Biggin.
Pipe
down, Biggin.
Yeah, pipe down, Biggin.
Angel learnt that from one of the rats. See, they're all learning from each other. We ran over, I think, by 2 hours that day, and we all had curry.
Oh.
They sent out
We
curry.
did have curry.
Yeah, rather than pizza. Oh, they made curry.
This is my dad's favourite bit.
Is it?
Yeah.
Angel's been taken care of.
I love your dad.
So do I.
Oh.
And my mum.
What do you mean? We're stuck in some kind of limbo.
Narp.
Genius.
No, it's interesting that Angel wears a St. Christopher even though he's an agnostic. I think we decided that his mum gave it to him.
Well, he's travelling, isn't he?
Yeah.
He was going to be a Buddhist in an early
a little
draft,
bit, yeah.
wasn't he?
But then we didn't want to make it seem. We didn't want to be flippant about it. Do you know what I mean?
Always banging on about it, isn't he?
But we called you, didn't we?
Yeah. Had a few pointers.
I like the fact that when Danny sees the devastation, he just asks about the plant.
Yeah.
Bust this thing wide open. Nicholas, wait.
Now, this
Where's
is
bust
important.
this thing wide open from?
I think that's just a kind of general cliche.
All right.
You hear it so many times.
Bad feeling about this.
Bang. Now, Danny doesn't... I think Danny might think that he could get into trouble, which is why he gives him his notebook, but I don't think he plans the whole thing. He doesn't know he's going to stab him later.
No.
Was that you?
That wasn't me, actually. That was Rowley, because that was... I've been working for 18 hours and I wasn't up to it.
Could you have done that?
I think so, but sometimes Paul just said, don't do it.
Yeah.
It was the day that we'd shot with the B cam and then A cam in succession, and it was a very, very long day.
A warm night, this, or?
Yeah, it was actually.
Yeah, it was nice. It was a beautiful night.
There's a lot of.
What does that mean? What they're saying?
What do you mean? Bonham it's the community that cares.
Oh.
It's the little.
For the good of the community, isn't it?
Is that what it means?
Yeah, for the good of the community.
I'm sure Edgar won't like me saying this, but I used to love doing night shoots because it didn't. In the summer when we were shooting, it didn't really get dark until 11, and it got light at 4. It got like a 5-hour working day. It's great.
That was in the Bishop's Palace in Wells, and that stone table was fake.
Didn't we had quite a nice reception with the Bish, didn't we?
We did.
A little drinks reception for us.
Yeah.
Did you?
Yeah, he laid on some wine.
I wasn't invited.
In the garden.
Little tray of spliffs.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You'll all be delighted to hear that the tenacious Sergeant Angel...
Now this was... We did this in 2... When I did my lines with you, Jim, you'd gone on to something else because it took all night to shoot this bit and then your bit. And then when I went back to do my reverses, I did it with a group of local amateur actors and and a guy about your height who was your stand-in, and it was... they were amazing, actually. I thank goodness for them. But
did they do the lines then?
Yeah.
I did.
But it was
Jim's
hard.
lines.
Oh, yeah.
Because the guy hadn't learnt them, and you could tell that he was looking down,
That's right.
reading at them.
Your standing, he kept looking down to read his lines at first because he hadn't learned them.
No, I wouldn't have nodded. Wouldn't have
But it was a bit hairy for a while. And when they got into it, they were great.
You should be ashamed. Calling yourself a community that cares.
You care, Nicholas.
It's all about the greater good.
The greater good.
They're great.
When we went to the Wells premiere, the mayor of Wells and he did a little speech and he said about the greater good, and it was really cool. Yeah, I think they were really chuffed with it. We were slightly worried that they might think that we depicted the city as being full of murderers, but they were well up for the joke, which is great.
The Dramatic Society is an important feather in our cap.
Is that a split focus there?
I think it was.
You had a premiere in Wales, didn't you?
Yeah, we did. Yeah, we went down and had a little...
Did they change the street signs? And
Yeah.
They did.
And they spelt it wrong.
What, no D or something?
Yeah, no D. Yeah.
Sanford.
But it was kind of fitting, in keeping with this
Yeah,
sort of
absolutely.
the film.
Oh, she did have a very annoying laugh.
Annoying.
And George Merchant? He had an awful house.
Here's a funny fact. That is Jeremy Clarkson's favourite line in the film.
What is?
About him having an awful house. When I did my Top Gear thing, he quoted that line as being his favourite. Said he nearly fell out of his chair.
Did you do the drive?
Yeah, I did. It did pretty well, actually.
Where did you come in the table?
Did you beat Tim?
Yeah, because Dad did it.
No, I came sort of like about 5th or 6th.
Did you?
I was going really fast, beating Ramsey.
Really?
And then, because I'd spun out a couple of times on Gambon's corner, I slowed it right down and lost about 5 seconds.
Was it fun?
Oh, man, it was the best
Yeah,
fun.
my dad said it was amazing.
Of course, let's not forget that we should perhaps invest more and more in public transport. The emissions from motor cars are slowly destroying the planet.
I ride a bike everywhere now.
What?
Come on, finish, Kevin.
Yeah. So unless we realise this, we're facing an Armageddon of truly worldwide proportions. Get off my throat! Get off it!
Terms and conditions apply. Here he comes. Oh, it chills me to the bone every
Like
time
an
you step
old-fashioned
out.
peeler here.
Was that was in a glass cabinet, wasn't it, in your office, the uniform, I think?
Yeah.
Oh, it might have been, wasn't it?
The pearl-handled Colts.
He's a bit of a police fetishist, I think.
Was it a heavy cape?
He yearns for a time, when
when he could wear that helmet.
I imagine
Inspector Lestrade.
Yeah. Frank chasing Spring-Heel Jack through Stepney.
Horrible murder! Horrible murder!
And that cape, I can imagine a bit of rain on it would be 10 times its original weight.
Oh, yeah.
It's a very thick worsted.
That's quite a heavy twill. I like that helmet, actually. I think it's slightly sturdier and bigger than the current one.
It hasn't changed much, really, is it?
Look at it. It's like Angel was betrayed by his uncle Derek, and now his latest father figure also betrayed him. He doesn't have a good time.
This is the best village in the
My wife cries when she sees this film just because I get such a hard time in it. She feels a bit sorry for me. Lonely person.
Really?
Yeah. She doesn't like it when you're all taking the mickey out of me.
It's really good, this thing.
I'm disappointed you can't see the bigger picture.
Well, I'm
disappointed you can't see the bigger picture.
Self-mockery.
have to come with me.
No, Nicholas.
Look, suddenly Frank's evil. It's just such a fault fast.
He's going to have to come with us.
Whoa. Tooled up. Oh, here's the big... Oh, no.
Oh, no.
Not Danny T.
No.
That was the hardest line.
How cold you look. How cold you look.
Oh.
As if he could.
No way.
You'd never do it.
Do you? Do you really? Bog off.
It seems he doesn't.
Silt. That was the last. That was after you'd left for the airport. We did that bit, and that was one of the first things we did.
Was it?
Yeah, that was.
Oh.
Here we go. Into the catacombs.
You see Ben in a minute again.
Which we went back and picked up because originally Ben, it didn't look so good. Dog muck. Did you do all this in ADR, Jim? Those extra bits.
20 years.
No, that's from the actual thing.
I can't remember now.
We brought back we decided to fill it with more bodies, and I think
There's Ben.
There he is. There's Ben, but that's a dummy of Ben.
You can have a rat on his head.
Now that originally, the character Popwell was played by the real Nick Angel, who was the music supervisor of the film. Yeah, you remember there was a photograph of him in the wall.
Yeah, he was I met him at the premiere.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh no.
Did you have a model made of Dave Bradley?
No, that was David, but
was he?
Ben was. Whoa!
I love that stab.
I think we should do like an alternative ending on the DVD where the credits just roll here.
Now, yeah.
To make it more like the Wicker Man.
The Spanish Flea.
I think some people. What?
Music. Yeah, Spanish Flea playing behind.
Yeah.
I'll have to clear that now. Shit. I was going to say something about the ending of. Forget it. Oh no.
Goodfellas.
Yeah, that is quite good, isn't it? Someone else said Mulholland Drive.
No, that's.
Now we actually cut a shot out here of me pulling the pad out of my pocket because it took so long to get out.
Right.
But I think people know that that's what it is.
The NWA have murdered. That's not true.
It is. Nicely lit.
I just said it was his special club. I thought it was about wrapping people on the knuckles.
Remember this night? This was the first night back from Wales, wasn't it?
We drove back from Wales and shot this on the drive back.
I nearly had a crash on the way I span out on a roundabout and it went up on the verge.
You shot it on the drive back?
Yeah, we drove back to London after rapping in Wales and stopped that night and then
in a
filmed
famous
this on the way
dogging site.
back.
In the dogging site?
Yeah.
So we were up to about 5 and then drove home and I didn't stay on.
People kept turning up thinking it was a massive load of doggers, but it wasn't. It was just a unit.
I thought it was Dogfest 07.
Dogfest? Doggy. What are you thinking?
Incorporating the seagull.
What?
It's another kind of kink.
London.
Partners. Have we just passed the Judge Judy?
Yeah.
Oh, I love that bit.
That was when they reviewed it on the Newsnight review.
Oh, did they?
That was Jermaine Greer's favourite joke, Judge Judy.
Did they like it?
She blew a little kiss. Yeah, we got 4 for 4. It was fantastic.
Really?
Yeah, it was amazing.
She blew me a little kiss.
She did. I was so chuffed. I like Jermaine Greer.
Now.
They're making a film about a working title. Well, Oz magazine.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, cool. That is quite a David Lynchy sort of shot.
Yeah, that is Lynchy, yeah.
Although,
Lost Highway.
But then he took it from...
from Edgar.
I mean, it's all out there, isn't it? There's only so many ways you can portray a road.
Is there?
Is there really? Now that is hilariously a lot of the names in the thing. Oh,
this is the 118
There
guy.
he is. Yeah,
Because
yeah.
when we were in an Indian restaurant, me and Paddy in Wales, the waiter come up and said, "Are you two actors?" And we went, "Yeah." We went 118, 118. He thought we were the 118 men from the advert.
Just because you have moustaches.
Yeah, and that's actually him.
Yeah, he's one of the ones.
And you texted me saying, "I'm actually working with one of the 118."
I know. He's very
good.
funny. He's brilliant. He's
He's
very
really
funny.
good.
He looks a lot like Nigel Tufnell with his hair like that.
And one of Edgar's favourite jokes coming up, the little visual.
We came up with that on the night. We needed a little something extra, and
you can't write that.
we sort of decided to
you
have, because it's a little remnant of Danny.
Very good.
Up
here
at
we
Deer's
go.
Leap, I think.
Many people's favourite scene. And
This is the beginning of the end, of one of the ends.
it's Cranham.
Now, Ken's
this line.
the mum was in an earlier scene, but he had to lose it, didn't you?
That's right. You
Farmer's mums.
It cut to the farmer's mums with
Yeah.
the bar, but we realised
But
it.
Maria Charles was in an earlier.
That's right. Yeah.
She was there.
Yeah.
She didn't.
Maria came back and did some reshoots as well, just to shore up the kicker in the face scene.
Yeah.
She was a lovely lady.
Go! It's time for a story.
Great.
I like this punch. I tried to ape Jean Reno in Leon.
Right.
Go.
I love it when Ken cries mum.
Mum! Farmer's mums. Boot.
Whack.
Sick.
Bleeding. Oh.
Look at her.
Dreadful. Ken was complaining because he says that because it gets such a big laugh at the sight of Maria with a nosebleed that no one hears his line about what are you gonna do? There's Bill. Now it's interesting that the Fishers, the Turners read. One's reading Ian Banks, the other's reading Ian M. Banks.
Oh, that's
It's a
good little touch.
There's a little clue. This is all me. Edgar made me do this. I wasn't allowed to let a stand-in do it, and I think it
Why would
is
you?
better.
Why would you want to?
Yeah, exactly.
What a great afternoon's work.
Get to play with some guns. You don't even see me.
Oh, sorry.
Someone from London called for you.
London.
What are those weird guns on the back? What are they? Are they like?
They're
shotties.
shotguns. They're shotties in the backpack. Great piece of music on that cue, which I'm sure me and Edgar will talk about. There he is.
Nothing.
Nothing. Now the question is, who is permed and who is straightened, or which one? Maybe he's got naturally curly hair and he used some GHDs or something.
GHDs.
Great Arctics.
That boy in the middle there, he's the son of my wife's doctor.
Really?
Yeah.
What, Joseph McManus?
Yeah.
The little.
The one that played Gabriel, or with the long hair?
Yeah, McManus. Yeah.
Yeah, because he's like a singing sensation. We were talking about it earlier on. Yeah, in Japan, he's massive.
Japan is enormous.
Angel.
Check out his horse.
Romeo and Juliet poster.
Yeah,
with the recast.
With the recast on, yeah.
I think it's worth noting, I love the way Greg, when he waves every time, he does a lovely little circle.
He does.
Watch out for it.
Hello. Hang on. There he is.
It's about to shoot me in the mush.
You really scared him that day. Look at Lorraine. I love that little kind of cock of the head she does.
So pretty Wells.
It is beautiful.
Where else would you have maybe shot it? Did you think about other places?
We went to 50 places.
Glasgow.
But the fact is, I think we'd always
Bombay.
imagined it to be Wells, It just was kind of there, and it just... I don't know why we didn't see it in the first place.
It's perfect.
It's where he
It
grew
is
up.
perfect.
That wasn't supposed to happen. The horse wasn't supposed to go around like that, but it looks good.
Are you good on a horse?
I wasn't that confident. It ran at one point, and it really shit me off.
I always worry for you when you walk around the back of it. Just every time I think...
Well, you should never walk around the
kick
back
you.
of a horse.
Look at him. Look how angry he is.
Buckaroo.
Check it when he starts unloading there. Oh. Bring the noise.
Morning.
Bang! Beautiful shotgun on a sling.
You can tell Tim's really worked with guns in his life.
Yeah.
He's got
Supreme
His
confidence.
army background, yeah.
The bit when his shell goes, I think the bit when his shell goes in the face is my favourite bit in the whole film.
Oh, great.
Apart from all of your bits.
Apart from all the dialogue, right?
Look at the size of the scope.
She's not using it though,
on
she's
that
panicking.
rifle. She is panicking.
If she'd have just taken the time to aim, she would have got
Bang.
me.
I love the way you send kids in after an armed woman.
Fuck 'em. Oh, and they kick her in.
They beat her up. Crunch.
There it is, bang.
Yeah.
Crunch.
Excellent.
Spin round. SLR.
Lovely big SLR.
Boomstick. Boot.
None of them actually get shot in the head or anything, do they? They always get shot in the shoulders.
We
but they
kind of
don't.
wanted Angel to be like Batman and he never kills anybody,
Yeah.
you know.
Yeah.
Mrs. Gray.
Did they drag? Was that on a rickshaw or something?
Yes.
On a track. She fell over on one of them.
No,
She almost hurt
he's been
herself.
shot. Wazzock.
Oh, who did that?
She did.
That was a stunt woman who also doubled for, I think, Angelina Jolie in Tomb Raider.
And she was the same one who got hit in the face, gets hit in the face in the supermarket.
That's right, yeah.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
Got chatted to the other day on the other film I'm doing.
This music cue by David Arnold is I am so happy to be in a film that it's in. And when I was a kid, I always used to listen to soundtracks of films and
scores.
To scores, yeah. And to think now that we have one is so exciting. And I love this bit of music. I want to have it on whenever I walk down the street. Lovely bit of ride cymbal there.
Ta-ting, ting, ta-ting. I love peering out the back of the Winchester.
And bang, bang. 2 shoulder shots, non-lethal.
Deliberate. The Angel's doing it
Oh,
deliberately.
completely, yeah.
Look
Oh
at this.
God! Look at this. Look
White
at
law with an Uzi.
Look at the beehive trembling.
It's unravelling.
She was so comfortable with it. It was amazing.
They're really loud, those guns. Really loud.
Look at that little blood splatter I could put in.
Lovely.
Oh, I love Billy Whitelaw so much.
Here he is.
Here's Bernard.
41.
He nearly chopped my fingers off at one point by accident.
Oh, can't get a good
Give
shot
me an
in.
excuse to waste this old guy.
Ow, my hip.
Please. Stop this mindless
Freeman.
Mindless violence.
Violence.
As opposed to mindful violence.
Yeah.
Lovely white hair.
Silver fox.
Another lovely fella.
Belloc. Belloc.
I know. I was quite in awe of Paul because that's what the thing I remember him most for is Raiders of the Lost Ark. Fuck off, grasshopper. Peas and rice.
I first met Paul 40 years ago.
Did you really? No. My God.
Before I went to college, and
I'd love the fact that a lot of you guys had obviously crossed paths before.
Yeah.
it was a real delight, all that. Because you get all you youngsters, you get a bit of new blood coming through, and then you got the old cronies you can moan about.
What were you in with Paul in 40 years ago?
I had a student ASM job at Liverpool Playhouse, and he was a up-and-coming actor, and I was a dog's buddy.
All right.
And then I went to art school, and then drama.
So, you were kind of straddled both camps, though, didn't you, Jim? Because you were sort of with the police, which was generally the sort of younger actors, and also the sort of established actors as well.
I got the best of both worlds.
Yeah. You were bi-castle.
It's a bit like my career, though, really. I spent a lot of time with the youngers, the younglings. The younglings.
This bit now.
Oh, this was so much fun. There's some great work done in post-production to really amp up the bullet hits because obviously it's difficult to stage it.
It goes on for
There we
ages
go.
as well. You're through the air for ages.
Pa-pow, pa-pow.
Some of you may notice that I've actually, as well as a 9, I've also got a lovely little revolver.
That's right, Nick.
That was nice.
This is just representative of the female side of you, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah. The anima.
Well, a 9. So we.
A 9.
Yeah.
The rapper's favourite.
Yeah.
Yeah. Rapper's delight. Now, a couple of those hits were done in post just to make it look a little bit more perilous. Edgar does some fantastic stuff with the sound of the fruit machine in the pub. He does it on the farmer's mums as well.
Does he?
Yeah. Just punctuates
Well,
it.
the fruit machine that's also in Shaun of the Dead is featured.
That's right, yeah.
Who are Dracula?
That's right.
Officers.
Here he comes.
Danny.
With his pistols.
No, Dad.
No, Dad. No, Dad.
Taking orders from you anymore.
Officers.
Arrest these men!
Those helmets were tight.
You can arrest us if you like. You can
Oh, you hated the helmets, didn't you?
Yeah.
Yeah, well, it's
They make-
difficult to play someone in a quandary in a helmet.
Because they make you frown anyway.
Yeah, exactly.
Collie's eyebrows were always being pushed down onto her nose.
Oh, golly.
And yet the accident rate, it's so high.
We get some great concert in coming up in a minute.
Yeah. Maybe,
sir.
De Niro. It's the slow taking off of everyone's glasses and lifting up of visors.
Very unridiculous.
I liked your brown gloves, Jim. That was a nice touch.
Silence, Danny!
Yeah, did it?
Hide gloves.
Dad. For the first time.
Very moving, innit?
You know, I'm.
I think this is a bit of fine acting
Yeah.
for Messieurs Frost and Broadbent.
Nick's nodding.
No.
Nick's nodding.
No.
Sanford is alive, Don. For the last 20 years, the village has been controlled by Frank and the NWA.
Look at it. Oh, God, the rage.
And killed anyone who
Frank has gone loco.
Yeah.
That dog's Saxon in the film and Samson in real life.
That's right, yeah.
Sandbag.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, Collie's calling him sandbag because most of the time his panting would interfere with the sound and we had to just have a sandbag on a bit of string.
That's right.
Sanford, they call him Sanford now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There was a story about him in the paper the other day about that dog. Saying that he was too nice to be in the police force.
One mastermind.
Even he did press for the film.
Yep.
Did he?
Yeah.
Maybe.
It's De Niro. Do give it up, sir. Oh, look at him.
You incompetent.
It's going to go off!
We thought about that line for ages, didn't we, Jim?
Yeah, we
Yeah,
did
yeah.
in rehearsal, I remember. I was
A
witness
lot
to
of
it.
debate about how he would.
What he would call them. I love that little roar you do as you go off.
Lions roar.
hold everything down. Officers, let's go.
Let's go.
Let's go. What's that? Wild Bunch. Let's go.
Yeah. Look at each other. John Spencer again.
Tooling up thing done in Twickenham, right?
At the back of Twickenham Studios, yeah.
This is Sanford, though. That was a hot day to be
Maureen
running
was here
around.
this day, wasn't she?
Yeah,
Remember?
yeah,
This
she
is the
was.
day where we found the biggest spider ever.
Oh, that was in that wall.
Oh my God!
that
It
was
wasn't of this
scary.
country. It really wasn't.
No.
It wasn't of this earth.
No, it wasn't.
I think it said something.
Yeah, it spoke. It beeped.
Very good.
We only had got out from
Fisher's
under a
payoff.
bunch of
Yeah.
bananas and then made its home in the wall. We
That's
didn't
what.
like
yeah,
it.
but or mated with a
that's what
common
happened.
breed
Still, it was right behind us there. It could have
Yeah,
gone
it
down
was
Nick's
there now.
neck.
It was
and
there
eaten
now.
his back.
Even eating his spine off.
Glossy black hatred.
Oh, we go. Oh.
Because Edward had been bitten by a spider, hadn't he?
Yeah, on
that's
his
why he
leg.
was so ill. So that's why there was probably a lot of nervousness about that spider.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He got bitten by a spider in his garden, and it gave him a limp for a while.
Where-
Yeah, like
what- in his garden.
I was saying, it has to be.
Oh, you
a-
mean actually in his garden?
yeah,
Yeah,
What happened to my friend?
not in his. He wasn't bitten in his
In
garden.
his pants garden.
In his lady garden.
Or-
Headbutt.
Oh, he got him.
Did you meet loads of really tall people for that part?
I can't remember. I think Rory was one of the first people we kind of discussed because he was so good in the book group and in Shameless.
This was... All this Super Mario stuff was enormous fun.
Yeah, it was.
Yeah.
We had
Despite,
a good.
let's say,
Great
fourth day of filming that all the stuff was going off and it's starting to smell a bit rank.
I remember I used to play a little game with Rafe at the supermarket where
yeah.
I just look at him for ages from a different vantage point in the
Through your PSP.
yeah, until you notice me.
Yeah.
And then
you were
once
stood
I-
on a ladder, weren't you? For a while, waiting for it to look around.
I was up a ladder for 20 minutes waiting for you to see me. But it was worth it.
It really was.
In fact, in this bit, Lurch is so angry he has to hit cereal. Look,
He takes it out.
he must hit something.
Takes it out on Special K. I think it was very canny of Skinner to put bulletproof glass in the butcher's counter.
Yeah. It's always
That's what I
thinking.
call forward thinking, yeah.
Some of the food wasn't food, it was just pictures on the plastic.
That's right.
Beautifully done.
And then some of it started going off, didn't it? And it would stink. Check it out, man. Firing a pump action.
I remember Rory farted when we were doing that thing in the middle of that rig. Yeah,
You can understand that though,
because he was straining some. Just let out a little Tommy Squeaker.
A Tommy Squeaker.
Jessica Stevenson at the premiere said I should have said "rest in peas."
Yeah.
there, which is
She said that to me
right.
as
a
well.
testament to how much we miss Jessica. Great joke.
How's looked? He's in the freezer.
I did that, Skid.
No, I didn't say anything actually. Shame.
Now, do you remember, Rafe, when you let off the shotgun right in my ear because it was the end of the day?
Yeah, and I was because I needed to go home for something, didn't I? And I was all a bit frustrated. And it was after cut. I just wanted to let off some rounds.
Yeah. You hadn't fed the goldfish or something.
I know.
You were really keen to get back.
No, it was.
I had a bit of a strop because
went off.
Richard Field hit me with a pineapple in the chest, and I went, "Oh, fucking hell!"
Yeah, a bit of a
And then you
fruity
got-
tantrum, wasn't there?
Then Rafe got annoyed because we called cuts. We went bang, bang, bang.
Yeah.
And then Nick went, "Ooh."
Is it on the
Someone's
outtake?
tired.
No, we don't. Yeah, it isn't because it looks too serious.
Does it? Is it really serious?
And we went into this too hard, didn't we? And broke it. And there was
That wasn't supposed to happen.
No.
That was you again because you were in a mood.
That was me. I was driving that.
Edgar was very pleased.
Manual
with it.
difference.
How's that?
Very pleased.
Have a bit of stunt work.
Boots.
God, take that.
That's really good. She was dragged back on a wire, wasn't she?
Yeah.
Jerk rig.
No, it's a good stunt work because it.
We did long, hard days, though, didn't we? I mean,
Yeah.
by the end of the day, we were always so frazzled.
Yeah.
I love the fact that Kevin's firing a massive Lee Enfield off it.
It's a 1947.
That always gets a really big laugh.
What does?
That you fired that gun at those kids. I've seen it in the cinema.
And we're also enjoying Rafe saying, "Fruit attack!"
Yeah. Fruit attack! Skip. Idea.
That's it, like the Princess Bride when they go on the horses from the window.
Yeah.
Fuck yeah.
Now that's a green screen shot, isn't it? Remember they put in the 'cause the scaffold was behind us for the jump.
I loved all this. Fancy being able to drive James Bond.
I know.
I'll do the driving.
You did that mammoth thing out of there, didn't you, Jim? There's my mum.
Oh,
And Edgar's mum.
Mr. Wilde.
And
Peter
Mr. Wilde
Wilde.
in the middle.
Who's Peter Wilde?
Peter Wilde, Edgar's old drama teacher.
All right.
Leslie Wright and Jill Pegg on the right.
Ah, good.
Confusingly. This was fun, wasn't it?
That was,
Did you do this? Did you do that?
Yeah.
Carrying out a tremendous lick.
We spent like 2 hours just firing at each other out of the car. It was so much fun. And
We
Tim,
weren't going anything like that fast. It's so good.
No.
It really looks quick, doesn't it?
Tim Dalton said that it was the most fun he'd ever had on any film.
Really?
Yeah. We all know what that includes.
I like the fact Danny's just shooting at his dad.
I know. Bang, bang. Here's Elvis.
It's one of my favourite shots. The swan.
Yeah.
Crashing in on Jim, crashing in on the swan.
Yeah.
But all that, they don't want to run over a swan.
I know. Yeah.
Oh no, that'd be dreadful.
Well,
They've killed
protected
hundreds
by
of
the
people.
Queen.
Oh, I
aren't they?
remember that doing all when you're shooting that.
Do you remember we were all stood in that field watching it happen?
Yeah.
There was Aaron A. Aronson there for a second.
Yeah.
It's David Arnold's score kicking in.
Yeah. That was that brilliant animatronic swan.
Yeah.
That's very good.
Was that animatronic?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I remember the real one.
That was left in Somerset. We were sitting in the car
Oh, yeah,
waiting
it's
to
a
do the
helicopter
shot,
to it.
and they realised that the swan was still in Somerset.
Oh.
Had to chopper it up.
A swanimatronic, I suppose it was.
Swanimatronic. This was quite a hard jump to do over the things
It's quite thin.
because I thought I was going to clip my toes and go flying over. Oh, the crunch.
I like the way it becomes a cockney slightly.
You little fucker!
So what's it like fighting with Mr. Dalton there? Was that kind of...
I had a semi.
Yeah.
It was
chubby.
Automatic.
I had a chubby. It was so much fun
Crazy lob on.
because we both were really going for it, and
Did you choreograph that yourselves, or did you...
Paul Herbert choreographed
it, right.
And I've actually got a video of the two stuntmen going through it, but we did it, and because it was Tim, and Tim had obviously been in many screen fights. I
bet he was really good, wasn't
I
he?
wanted to step up to the plate, so
That's a real sledgehammer of a punch.
Fantastic punches these are.
coming in from the side. And of course,
They're a lot more brutal
It
than...
would cut
Yeah.
you to ribbons.
Yeah.
it would.
Those punches.
Oh yeah.
And Skinner's exploiting Angel's weakness there, which is stabbed hand, which is still stiff. So he.
Oh yeah.
That's how he manages to overpower him.
It's a great shot in the rain.
I love that.
No,
You see
it's
his legs
just-
sticking out.
Just terrific that, all that
There you go.
changing
Little-
of scale.
Some people don't notice this, do they? This joke.
What, Aaron A. Aronson?
Aaron A. Aronson.
Yeah. There's actually a model village near where I live in Bourton-on-the-Water in Gloucestershire, where I used to live. And I remember when me and Edgar had that idea, we took the rest of the day off. Weird.
He's giving it some.
Oh, God. This is the crowd pleaser.
Oh.
Oh, it's brilliant.
Oh.
It really hurt.
This was Edgar's thing. He wanted to have an impalement, which was a non-lethal impalement.
I like that. I like that. It's good.
The only way you could get it.
Yeah, through the chin. Oh, he's bleeding. Look at that blood pumping out.
I'm going to live though.
So he was in a
ridiculous.
position
He
of
wants
some
ice
extreme discomfort for quite a while.
He was.
wasn't
He had to have that in his mouth.
Yeah.
And he had to keep it level because he couldn't start wobbling.
That's
it.
right. Yeah.
Get in, Frank, you silly bastard!
That's my favourite.
We don't want any more bloodshed!
You've lost it now.
You're really grinding that barrel into my molars.
I tend to get carried away. Is that right?
I'm so pleased with this bit of the Point Break recall.
Genius.
Should have had my left eye shut.
Oh.
Did you love pumping that one off?
Yeah, absolutely.
That was really fun.
I didn't really get the joke because we did that. No, I wasn't until I saw the
Part
film.
into the
Really.
setup, yeah.
This is really good.
You do such a great double take, Jim, when you see the swan. Huh?
A swan?
I feel like I should say something smart.
That whoever drove the car into the tree then did such a great job of making a crunch noise. I think that's like the actual sound from the day.
It's my favourite bit of the whole film.
We got to that helicopter flew over us at 10 feet.
It was.
amazing.
And do you remember it blew over? It
oh.
blew over some of the lighting guys because they were
amazing.
holding up a big flag.
It's Paddy in a minute.
Some
Look.
great Paddy work.
Look, Paddy, look at him.
What is that stroke?
What has it got to do with the film? That has nothing to do with what you've all just been through. He's saying what he's going to do to his missus later.
Yeah. We shot these two bits weeks and weeks apart, didn't we?
Yeah, that was.
They weren't there for that, were they?
That was in a park in South London,
Yeah.
and then we were in Sanford.
And that was in Watford. No, Hertfordshire,
yes.
wasn't it?
Did you actually have a helicopter there for them?
Yeah,
just
yeah.
for background.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We also did the whole scene with the helicopter on as well, didn't we?
Yeah, shouting
The
it.
rotors on.
I like these
Yeah,
films.
I didn't know what you were doing with this. Why these bits were going on. They just told us to
Just shout and scream.
do funny things. But wonder what this is about. It'll all become clear. Now it is.
There you go.
I like the way when Olivia locks you in the back of the van, you look slightly
sheepish,
embarrassed at what you've done.
Official vocab guidelines.
And I did ask if I could have an arm in a sling because of swans do break.
Yeah, of course. Yes. That's fantastic.
Dirty bastard.
Things are okay now because Angel has learned how to be sexist.
Yeah.
You fucking must have really hurt.
Yeah. We wanted it to be like a sort of Scooby-Doo end.
Yeah.
But
Edward Woodward.
Here he comes.
You know what you are. A bloody busybody!
I like in the TV fix he says a fuzzy biddy body. Oh. It's quite interesting actually because this little thing, the first time I ever rehearsed doing this is on one of the very first blogs on the internet, The Kick in Their Bin.
My acting technique then when I got shot was to strain like I was going to do a plot. That's what made me
It
look
worked.
like-
That was your motivation.
There it goes.
So is Edward the only person? Is he the only one who died? Does he die?
He's the only one that dies.
The
Yeah,
only one who dies in
Yeah.
the whole thing.
Of the bad guys.
Great little model.
And he says his line from The Wicker Man before. Oh God, no. I remember being in the dub when they were playing with the levels of the hedgehog squeak.
This was really fun, and after this, they got us all beers, didn't they?
There was a big table with beers on and niblets, and that's when we went back in the van.
And sang all the songs.
And there was such a beautiful night.
Yeah,
and we
absolutely.
But we really did squeeze the last 10 minutes of light out of it. The sun was going down fast, and it wasn't an easy shot.
No. We had that big cherry picker as well, with the guy throwing the paperwork.
Throwing the paper down.
If you're wondering how we all survived, then just click on plot holes, and it'll tell you exactly how we managed to all survive that explosion.
Paddy threw dirt all over Tony, the makeup guy's face, and Tony was upset.
Yeah. Paddy's such a mischief. He's such a little merchant.
Yeah, he's a merchant.
What there was not in that scene when we were all over Angel's supposed body is you and Paddy were standing there holding on to each other and crying. Like tiny girls.
Go on. You'll be all right, mate.
I always think it's odd you put your glasses on.
It's so we could have them on afterwards. I remember it being a bit of a continuity fix because we were trying to figure out how we could both have them on.
Was this done near the end?
Yeah. That was a really sunny day. Those gravestones.
Is Danny dead?
Yeah.
No.
Is he?
No, he's not.
It's a ghost. It's a ghost.
I haven't seen it up to here before.
Never watched it.
He isn't dead.
Huh?
It's his mum.
Mother of Daniel.
Any officers near the church?
Go ahead, oh, Collie.
Chief, we've had a report of some hippie types messing with the recycling.
And that was a kind of
hippie types.
Yeah, it's supposed to be like maybe things aren't as right as they look. You know, it's slightly fascistic. What's the word, Kevin? Fascistic. Thank you.
Yeah.
That's the lovely Subaru WRX STI.
When I did that handbrake turn, I nearly drove it into a shop window.
Hot fuzz gear knob. You can get hold of one of them. Bang! Hooray!
That's the end of it.
We've got to talk through the credits, though.
That was a good film.
Edgar Wright.
Director Edgar Wright. There's the producer.
Naira, Tim, Eric.
There's the money.
Naira's the best.
Oh, did they do well? Did they do well?
Nah. Jimmy Jams. Yeah. Jimmy Jams Wharton. Ronaldo.
Who also did
him.
Simon Pegg.
Pegg and Frost.
They were in it.
Riot Room.
Riot Room.
Timothy Dalton. Furious.
That's who he was.
Bill Nighy.
Yeah.
Bill Nighy.
He's good.
Is that this is what we do for the whole credits to say?
It's nice.
I mean, it was. You know, I mean, most jobs tend to be good, but this one was a particularly fun and sort of amicable affair, and it was enormously gratifying.
It was
Jess, brilliant DOP.
Jess is great at taking pictures. It was very, very enjoyable.
It's the most fun I've ever had doing anything. Actually.
Life is the same and it always will be. Easiest picking the foxes from a tree. But I can't get no satisfaction. All I want is easy action. Well, shut as a lamb with the thoughts of a tiger. Looks like a cat knows how to ride her. But I can't get no satisfaction. All I want is easy action, baby. I can't get no satisfaction. All I want is easy action, baby. I know it's true, and she can do, but all I want is easy action. I know it's true, and she can do, but all I want is easy action. I know it's true, and she can do, but all I want is easy action, baby.
Straight out of Sanford. Oh, come on. Nicholas Angel. Cleaning up the streets. Baby. That's right. Oh, you getting picked up tonight. Baby. Oh,
right.
Oh, cleaning up the streets, sir. Looking so good. Everybody said, man. That's Nicholas Mitchell. Driving a 360.
Look out! The guy's tough. But he's so clean. Yeah! With that sweet daddy butterman.